to the Garden in shirt sleeves, getting ready for a watch party and get ready for your team to do something they have not done since 1973. And this is how real it is, guys. I'm sure you've probably heard the stat, and it'll be broadcasted during the game as well. There's been zero, let me repeat that, 0 teams that have lost the first 2 games at home in the NBA Finals and came back to win. So if you believe in, history, that if the Knicks win tonight, they will be not just 2 wins away, but history will tell you that they're on their way. Now, I don't know if you want to embrace that stat, Alan. I'm sure the Yankees embraced it going into the Red Sox series in 2004 when they were up 3 games to none and no team ever blew it. But the point is that's how close you are right now, that if you can repeat what you did on Wednesday, history tells you that you're lifting the O'Brien Trophy.
Now, just to be clear, to add some clarity to that stat, it's only happened twice where a home team has lost the first 2 games in the finals.
But
So
both of those teams
it is not, both of those teams
was
didn't
it the
come back.
69 Lakers and the the 06?
Nope.
69.
Nope. Both happened in the 90s.
In the finals.
93 Suns and the 95 Magic. And the Suns lost to the Bulls. Okay. Magic lost to the Rockets. That's only twice has a home team lost both games 1 and 2 in the finals. Those 2 teams did. They also played against all-time teams in the Bulls and the Rockets, but that's how that went down. It also, if you're losing those first 2 games, you're up against it. But remember, back then it was a 2-3-2 situation.
Yeah, a little bit different.
The next 3 are on the road versus, the next 2 are on the road and you get a home game at some point. But the bigger number is that the home team that loses game 1 in the finals, they're 16-2 in game 2. So, you generally get a good response. It's the finals. You're supposed to have 2 teams that are at the same level that should be able to put together a really good battle. So, a lot of things to watch tonight, obviously, from a Knicks side that we'll do throughout the show. But just quickly from a Spurs side, the first one is that they have been very good in this playoff run in bouncing back from a loss, right? They've been excellent at that. They've also been a team that adjusts well in a series, as we saw against the Thunder. And so you expect, because they're home, they're a young team, and they know this is a virtual must-win based on the stat we just gave you. Right? The 2 other times the team went 0-2, they did not win the series. So they know history is not on their side. So you're going to get the first hard punch. You're going to get a lot of emotion because it's a young team. Can you get through that if you're the Knicks? Know it's coming, hailstorm of emotion, of intensity, whatever it takes. You're going to get that in the first 5-6 minutes. But you know what could happen? It could wear them out. They could all of a sudden just go from full tank to half a tank because they just expelled so much emotional energy at the start that if you're the Knicks, you just kind of like, all right, be a veteran team and just know it's coming. They did this. They did a 15-0 run they did to the Thunder in Game 3, their first home game, 15-0. You're like, oh, my God, the game's already over. Thunder are not going to be able to handle this. Then all of a sudden there was a timeout. They showed the Spurs at their bench, sucking wind, exhausted. And the Thunder were like, all right. And then just hit a couple of shots. Now it's all of a sudden 15-9. Now you're in a game. And then then the Thunder ended up winning that game. So to me tonight is going to be that don't overreact at the start and be able to just handle that and wait for them to have that come down. And when they do, pounce.
Yeah, because history is going to tell you, and I was listening to Carlin. Bart was out, so it's Dan and Chris Carlin doing the show. And Carlin said he had talked to Joe Fortenbaugh, who's obviously, a gambler extraordinaire and the odds guy for us here at ESPN. And Chris asked him, why the Spurs 6.5? It's like, because historically, when the home team loses the first game, from a gambling standpoint, you're supposed to pound the home team in game 2. They're going to bounce back. They're going to even the series.
Right.
And that's where the money goes. If you take a look at the history, this is where the Spurs bounce back. They win by 12, even the series.
Right.
But Joe said something interesting. He's like, I'm not touching it. I can't bet against this Knicks team. Because everything you just said, Spurs come out, punch the Knicks in the face, score the first 10 points. It's 10-0. Maybe they got a 10-point lead going to the half. They're up 14 in the third quarter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to this Knicks team. It just doesn't. Other teams in history will say, hey, I got the first game. I was only looking to split on the road, so it's not our night. let's rest up, let's focus on Game 3 back at home. That's not the way this Knicks team thinks.
Nope.
This Knicks team is not scared of anything. Now, I would not recommend falling behind double digits again.
Well, no one does
I wouldn't
that on
play
purpose.
that game.
Yeah.
But if it were to happen, of all the things that usually traditionally happen in Game 2 of an NBA Finals when the home team's down 0-1, if all those things happen, this Knicks team will have the gumption and the ability to punch back because they're not going to be content with 1-1. They're not going to say, it's not our night. That's not the way they play.
No.
Now, they might fight back and come up short because the Spurs are a good team and they might have something to say about it, but that team's not going to put its tail between its legs, be content with 1-1. They're going to be hungry to go out there and make it 2-0. They're different.
Because also what they believe in this series, they have to know one of their strengths. Like, again, we check boxes in a series of what one team has over the other. I think the most important box you're checking in this series in favor of the Knicks is experience. And what they want to do, I think, especially on the games on the road, is keep it close and see if you can put us away. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is, because that's kind of what the last game was. Like, we climb back, we apply pressure, and see how you handle it. Because they were surprised. The Sixers quit. The Cavs quit.
Yeah.
The Hawks quit once they applied pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And the feeling was, if we apply pressure, what are you going to do? How are you going to handle it? And I think that's something that if you're the Knicks tonight, that's what you're looking at. Is it's in our favor if we're close late, because we already know we can do this. Like, they have that confidence from demonstrated performance. And the Spurs have to prove it. And not only do they have to prove it, if this is a close game and you need clutch buckets, they've got to do it knowing that if these shots miss, 0-2 is a death knell, right?
No, they have to.
And so there's extra – whereas the Knicks are going to be in crunch time thinking like a little more free because they know they got that win in their pocket. So that's why I find this is such a compelling game tonight, and it obviously is one of the first pivotal games we're going to have in this finals. But it's a lot of fun, to think about. And that's what makes that Game 1 win. Just there's so much value to it. You're playing from ahead. 4 straight times this team has won Game 1 in a postseason, that's crazy.
No, it is
now,
crazy.
one thing to give you, how about this?
All right.
Because we're all about statistical serendipity. So the 12 straight playoff wins is tied for the second most ever, right? The Warriors in 2017 won 15 straight. Nobody, that's a pretty incredible run. But 12 straight. There was another team that they're tied with that won 12 straight. The 99 Spurs.
Okay.
Do you know who stopped the streak at 12?
The Knicks.
It was Game 3 of the finals against the Knicks. So do we come full circle? And does this streak end, or do you blast through this streak, get to 13, and now have your eyes on matching the Warriors?
Now, I think Game 1 was a great game, competitive game, fun game. Obviously, the Knicks won. I think you're going to see a different game tonight. I think
Whistles?
No. Well, that's not where I'm going, but maybe.
All right.
Neither team played particularly well. I think both teams played great tonight. And that, because the Knicks could say we didn't play our best game. Spurs could certainly say we didn't play our best game.
Right. Well, they didn't get to 100.
No, they didn't
Here's
get
another
to
one
for the first time.
I got a million stats. Here's another one for you.
You're
ready?
doing the work.
No. This is. I found this to be interesting too. So they only scored 95 points. So the Knicks have, I think it's eight of the 12 games in the winning streak, they've held the team under 100, which is insane. But for the Spurs, they never not get to 100. In fact, that stopped 40 straight games, regular season and playoffs, that they got over 100 points. The last time they didn't score 100, March 1st, a matinee game at Madison Square Garden.
That was the game where they came in winning 11
straight.
in
a row.
Yeah.
Right. So,
again,
how about that?
Connected.
So the only other team that has held them under 100 is the team that held them under 100. They bookended that run of 40 straight games of scoring over 100.
That is pretty crazy.
There's a lot of little things that are going on here between these two teams. And I told you, despite the fact that it's an East and West, they have 3 games. Now they have 4 that they've played each other in this NBA season. These two teams, when they play each other, it's different. It's not your typical, we don't really know them, they don't really know us. There's a lot of familiarity between these two teams.
No, a lot compared to what you normally see because of the fact that they played in the NBA Cup.
Right.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg just getting started here on a Friday, getting you ready for Game 2 in San Antonio. There'll be a watch party in Madison Square Garden, so definitely swing by if you get a chance to do that. But you agree with me, I think both teams will play better than they did in Game 1 because both teams had the excuse, right? The Spurs came off an emotional Game 7 win.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the 3 days was the perfect amount of time for them to be rested physically, but still mentally it was probably a lot to get over.
Right.
And then the Knicks, same thing that happened against the Cavs. They had a long layoff, and that probably explained why there was a little rust there.
And the Spurs, if you remember, the Knicks got off to a good start. Then they went on a 23 run. Spurs were up 10. Like, they felt pretty good. It got to 2. They made it 7 at the half. Like, every time there was a push, the Spurs had to feel good about what they were doing. Then they went up 14 in that third quarter. And, it was like they were pretty much in control. It's just, as we've said about this Knicks team, they are hard to kill. And so you've got to bury them. You've got to put them away. And I still think that's their avenue to winning. They got to bury them. And I'm wondering, do they have it in them to do that because of the fight, like how much fight is left in them after what they went through with OKC? So, yes, Game 1, neither team played their best, especially three-point shooting for either team. I imagine, this is going to be a Captain Obvious statement, but whichever team finds it from 3 is obviously going to win the game. But the Knicks especially, they're a really good three-point shooting team. They got a lot of good looks. They didn't make them in that game. Jalen Brunson hit the first 3 of the game and the last 3 of the game. He missed 7 in a row in between.
Right.
But he made especially the last one that counted the most. He was 2 for 8. Like I want to see if the Knicks get those spray outs and pull up threes that we see from Shamet and McBride and Bridges and Brunson. Those threes normally go down. If they shoot a high percentage, again, the Spurs could be in trouble. But if the Knicks aren't ready for the Spurs to also respond with their 4 guards that are special guards, never mind Wembanyama, I've told you that. Never mind him. Those 4 guards did not play well. If they all play better, the Knicks could find themselves in a 1-1 situation.
Now, let's get back to the whistles, which is what you thought where I was going. Is that
Tony Brothers and his crew tonight.
When you look at the history, and they already admitted that there was a Foster miss on a drive by
Brunson. On Brunson with 40 seconds left, yeah.
So, the league goes over these things, so they let them play in Game 1s. I would not be surprised if things tighten up just a little bit because I'm sure, because they have the 2-minute what is it again?
Last 2-minute report.
Last 2-minute report. Mm-hmm. So clearly some mistakes were made. Things happened. And I'm sure the next crew is going to come in and try to tighten it up. So I would not be surprised if it's officiated differently. I'm not going to say better, but I think there might be a few more whistles than we saw in Game 1.
We'll see. I don't know how many more whistles Wemby can get. He had 12 free throws, 13 free throws. Like, how many more? But again, all the things we look for that could really turn a game and all of a sudden now things change. We saw Josh Hart get into early foul trouble in Game 1. And that hurt the Knicks. When he finally got through it in the second half, he was phenomenal, right? Mm-hmm. So does he get into early foul trouble again? If it does, that's a negative effect. Karl-Anthony Towns as well. If Wemby gets 2 quick ones on him, now you're in trouble, right? Mm-hmm. And so those are the things you're wondering when it comes to the whistles is what are they going to allow versus what are they going to be strict about? And by the time for at least one player, it's going to be too late.
Yeah. And that changes everything.
It does.
Right?
It changes the whole game. It changes your rotation. It changes your availability of a player, all that stuff. But, it's what makes the NBA Finals so fascinating is it goes beyond what the typical make or miss is in the playoffs. Game to game in the finals, because this is now the ultimate series. The officiating, I said this, I wish it could just be the same officiating crew every game.
Ooh, that's
because you can, then how it's going to be called all series. And even the officials adjust to the players to a point where they also know what's been going on in this series, things that they're going to take away, things that they're going to allow. When you bring a new crew in, now obviously they're in the building. They watch Game 1, so they know what's happening. They know that stuff too, but it's still a different feel. I don't love that. The World Series, is it the same crew and they just rotate?
Yeah.
Right? They just rotate the guys.
Yes.
Behind home plate, right?
But
at least you're getting the same crew.
But there is a rotation, so you're getting a different
you
different
get balls and strikes.
Back when the strikes were in the eye of the the umpire and not with the electronic.
But you agree with me though?
See,
they're big on giving everybody an opportunity to ref an NBA Finals, but
so
I don't like that it changes. The game to game now changes.
When we first started this radio station, you were there, but we weren't together at the time. That 2002 Maple Leaf Islander series.
Oh, my God.
I was at every home game.
I covered that.
The games were on our radio station. Mm-hmm. We'd be there at the blue line. doing shows.
After the game.
Right. After the game.
At the Marriott in Uniondale.
So it was before the game. So Toronto had home ice advantage. So this is probably game 3. All right? And amazing, the access. But it's before game 3. I'm doing a show, and Mike Milbury's on. And I said to Mike Milbury, I said, well, can't we just have the same officials? And he gave me a death stare. He's like, are you nuts? You got to rotate. You can't have the same officials. He goes, because then it'll be called the same way, and if you feel like you're at a disadvantage, you're going to feel like you're disadvantaged the whole way. No, you got to rotate them out, man. You can't have the same. And I never thought of it that way because I thought like you did.
Yeah.
Like, no, man. You got to have different people because or you got the same people, so I know how it's going to get called, and I can act accordingly.
Right.
He's like, you get some official that's got a bug up his butt for your team.
Oh, you can't.
And he's on the team, and he goes,
finals,
you just can't.
That.
But that's how he was looking at it. That's why you'll never get a GM. And, Milbury's a former player.
Yeah.
You're never going to get organizations that are going to agree to that.
He also was the head coach of the Bruins when they went to the – right? Didn't they go to the Cup final? Wasn't he the coach of that team?
Which one?
Back in
90 or 88 and 90, I think it was one of the two.
Wasn't he the coach of one of those teams?
Yeah.
Right? The 90 team that lost to
Edmonton.
Edmonton. Because he did the whole hotel no-tell with that team, right? Remember that? So he would certainly know. You forget, too, after Game 2 of that series, do you remember what he did?
Game 2?
After Game 2.
I don't remember.
The next day, off day.
I'll probably remember once you say it.
I'll tell you real quick. There was a practice at the old Coliseum. And during the practice, because they were down 0-2, and they got beat up in the first 2 games, and there was a lot of negativity about different things with the team. And Milbury walks past all the writers and media people. He's got now this is, again, back in the day, he's got a VHS in his hand. And he looks at everyone and he goes, follow me. We go into a back room. He puts the tape in a TV that's like mounted up on the wall. Again, not flat screen like this stuff. It's like, the old tube TV. Remember the TV VCR combo?
Yeah.
Basically what it was.
Okay, all right.
Pops it in. We're all standing in this room looking up. And it's play after play. He's like, I sent this tape to the league. And it's play after play of dirty, behind-the-play things that they were getting away with. A trip here, a trip. And we counted, because everybody, we all had tape recorders on while he's narrating this video to us. 23 F-bombs that he said as he's narrating. And we're just transcribing the whole thing. The whole damn story was him talking about all these plays. He got fined like $1 billion by the league. But Game 3, what happened? They got the calls.
Right.
And they won that game, and then they won the game 4, now it's 2-2.
So to his point, all right, I'm trying to think of Schick is the official, all right? I'm trying to think of one of the old school guys, right?
Yeah.
Back when they used to have their names on the back. Andy Van Hellemond, all right? So Andy Van Hellemond is the and remember, you only had one referee then. You had the 2 linesmen, but just the one official, right?
Right.
So let's say he calls game 1, he goes on the diatribe going into game 2, and now Van Hellemond's the official again. You don't think he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to show you.
That's fair point.
So I think that's why you want to rotate them out. And again, in baseball, it's the same crew, but you're going to get a different home plate umpire for each game.
You might get a different
strike zone. So that kind of changed that a little bit. You're right.
Rick Carlisle did the same thing after the Knicks went up 2-0 2 years ago in the second round. And the Knicks were very physical with his team. And he's like, we're a small market. I get it. You want the big market team to win. We're just a small market.
Right.
He complained. And then, of course, Game 3, he got every whistle. So you're right. Maybe with different officiating, they pay attention to this stuff. And they're like, maybe he's
just
right.
Rotate
I'll make these
different
calls.
Eyeballs out. Now,
we'll see tonight.
You're right. It was, Milbury in 90 when they lost to Edmonton.
Yep.
It was Terry O'Reilly in 88 when they lost to Edmonton.
Wow.
So I love Milbury, man. It's so weird.
I do too. Everybody was so down on him, and for the years I covered him, I thought he was great. He was such a quote a minute guy.
Well, you know what it is with
he put up with a lot of crap.
I think you're the same way. I like or dislike people based on how they treat me.
Great point.
And Mike was always good to me.
Same.
But I could totally see why people wouldn't like him. I'm not going to mention who it was, but I was having a conversation the other day about Tortorella, and I'm a big Tortorella guy, based on the same thing.
Sure.
He was always really nice to me, and the other guy was just like destroying him, and rightly so. Not talking to the media in the Anaheim series and this and that.
Yeah.
Chapter, he wasn't wrong about any of them.
Right.
But I asked him, did you know him? Did you get to know him? And he's like, no, I never really got to know him. I was like, and again, that's not your fault because, listen, I judge people sometimes that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you treat me well, I'm going to base it on the personal relationship. Mike Milbury, very polarizing. John Tortorella, very polarizing. Treated me well. I like him.
Mad Mike. I did a profile on him one of my last years, and it was a hilarious story, and different people telling stories about him. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, at the end, this is what kills me, because he was really good to me as well. I was the only guy that traveled most of the time, and he made sure, he looked out are you good? Are you he knew if I was kind of getting lost in the shuffle or something like that. He made that's what I liked about him. He looked out for people. And when he ended up getting fired, you had to write it because it was a big deal at the time. And then a year later, not even a year, a couple of weeks later, I just sent him a note about thanking him for the relationship we had and all that stuff. His one-line reply, and it's the last time we've ever spoken, blood's not dry yet. Haven't spoken since.
Wow.
And that's one of those things where you're I got to talk to this guy one day, right?
It'd be interesting, and he's done.
One of these days, I got to catch up with him because
there's certain people.
He was a lot of fun.
He was one of those guys. So you could imagine him getting out of official. You might want to see a different official in the next game.
All right, that's the end of that conversation.
We got a lot to do today. The Knicks, obviously, the primary conversation. We got tons of people already on hold at 1-800-919-3776. We got to talk about the Aaron Judge out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, did they avoid the worst case scenario?
They did, but he'll be evaluated at the end of the 4 to 6 weeks. So we could be looking at maybe 2 months without Aaron Judge. How bad of a situation is that? Remember, the last time he was severely hurt, their season, they didn't make the playoffs back in 23. They finished 82-80. Are we on our way to that, or is it something they certainly can survive? We're going to talk about that. It's Friday, so we got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. The gavel is here. The gavel does travel. The travel gavel. We've got it. Here we've got ENN at 6 o'clock. Here at Stout. You're going to want to meet this guy because he's so much fun to talk to. Steve Novak's going to join us at 4 o'clock here at Stout. Other surprises as well. Take Ebel till 7 o'clock, and then it's Pat O'Keefe live from San Antonio getting you ready for Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Spurs and the Knicks. We're live from Stout, 35th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. It's Don on the Rosenberg. Just getting started on a hot Friday on ESPN New York.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're setting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're setting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer, it's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer, 1:50 to go, they're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Knicks fans finals tickets are up for grabs. Head to Caesars Sportsbook at Monmouth Park tonight for an exclusive Knicks finals watch party with me, Chris Carlin, and Dan Grassa. Catch the game on wall-to-wall screens, meet Knicks legends, and score an official Knicks playoff t-shirt. Stay through halftime for your chance to win a pair of 100 level tickets to Game 3 at MSG. Open to Caesars Sportsbook customers only. Sign up now and bring your app for entry. Doors open 7 p.m. Space is limited. Visit Caesars.com/Knicks finals for details. You must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Kristen North.
Good afternoon, guys. The Yankees are playing against the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium tonight at 7. Expect extra traffic around the stadium, especially on the Deegan Expressway. Also, the Governor's Ball in Flushing Meadows tonight until 7. That will impact traffic along the Grand Central Parkway, Van Wyck, and the LIE. Cross Bronx is jammed southbound. We had an earlier stalled truck right near Sheridan Boulevard, but that has been cleared. But, of course, the damage is done. We are backed up back to the Bruckner Expressway. Checking our crossings inbound upstairs at the GW Bridge. That's already a 20-minute delay. We still have road work in place across the span. Right lane is closed. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drunk driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. I'm Kristen North for 880 ESPN New York.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Empower. Katie got a VIP box for the postseason. She worked with Empower to help her get good at money so she can be a little bad. She planned well and was able to bring the whole family.
Who wants homemade egg salad sandwiches?
Even Beth.
Horseradish? Anyone? How about some tuna on rye?
Oh, strike 3, Beth. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg live from Stout. Come on in if you're going to be going to the watch party or even if you're just in the area. Swing by. We're here till 7 o'clock. 1-800-919-3776. We'll get to the Yankees a little bit later on. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. ENN with Anthony Pusick coming up at 6. Peter will be back with us on Monday as assignment's over. We sent him out to Italy, trying to break down some stuff for the future. And we'll see if he does it.
They let
see
him
if
back?
He brings something back. Well, I don't know.
He might send us that note, never coming back again. I mean, it is Italy.
It's nice, right?
Hard to leave Italy.
It is, but he is scheduled to be back on Monday, so hopefully we'll see him then as we prepare you for Game 3.
Yes.
Of the NBA Finals. We're going every other day.
Madison Square Garden. It is going to be Monday. Monday's going to be one of those days in this city.
No matter what.
In this city. Oh, because they already got the win. They already got one under their belt.
I know, but if the Knicks were to win.
Monday is going to be one of those days, like, honestly, that you just say, I have to somehow be there, around there. Like, right? I got to be at Stout.
Yeah, no matter what.
I can't get in the building because, I mean, you're going to have to mortgage your house to get in the building at this point if you don't already have a face value ticket. And it's one of those days you're like, I just need to be near it.
But 2-0 hits a little different.
You think?
You know, considering the stats we just gave you, that no team has ever lost the first or won the first 2 games on the road of an NBA Finals and lost the series. But, yeah, even 1-1, it'll be a party for sure. Mm-hmm. And then that sets up Wednesday, which could be the ultimate. But let's wait and see. Let's get to Game 2. And that'll be happening, coverage at 7 o'clock with Pat O'Keefe, and then we'll have tip-off at 8:30. 1-800-919-3776. Let's start it all off with Flavio in Bushwick. You're on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
Hey, guys. So I'm planning on calling out of work on Monday if they win tonight, but it's very crucial that they win tonight because the idea of being up 2-0 against a young team, you want them to feel that pressure. Especially with the fact that, you have Knicks fans that are trying to figure out where the Spurs are going to be staying at Monday just because they want to, cause a lot of havoc and make them, more annoyed and stuff like that. You got the president coming into town. You got people that are just, trying to party it up. And then top it off, I mean, the guy that I really want to go off, I want Mikal Bridges to go off today because I feel like Devin Vassell guarding him, he's not a great defender. Brunson, was cooking him up and Luke Cornett. And if Mikal Bridges goes off, I mean, look at the numbers of how he responded with. It's win after win after win after win.
It's such a good
call. We can win
call.
tonight, and we're halfway there.
It's a great call. But Bridges is my player to watch tonight because I don't think he had a bad game. He just the ball. It wasn't his night to be a scorer, but he did a lot of other things subtly,
which we've seen him do. Last year against Boston, he was amazing.
But this is again just reading everything that the Spurs have been saying after Game 1, and hearing some of the stuff that they've talked about. They're very Brunson focused. Can't let him beat us. Can't let him go one-on-one. Can't let him hunt for his matchups because seriously, Fox and Champagnie, he was abusing them. And so they're going to be worried about trapping him and blitzing him and all the stuff that they did to SGA. And we know that when that happened with the Cavs series, Brunson trusted the pass and let other guys score. And those other guys were Josh Hart knocking down threes. But I've also seen games. I think this is a wing game tonight. I think this is a Anunoby, Bridges, and Hart game where those three guys will have the bigger impact. And one of them might be the leading scorer tonight because that's the pick your poison. I've used that phrase because Quinn Snyder, the Hawks coach after the first round, he said that. With this offense, it's like pick your poison. You're trying to stop this. It's like a wall that has all these holes. You're trying to stop all the leaks and you can't. That's really what this offense has evolved into. And the Cavs tried the same thing, and that's what Kenny Atkinson said the same way. It's like a pick your poison. Like you're trying to stop this, and then this is now you got to now stop this guy. And so that's why I'm curious tonight to see if this is a game where one of the wings has a big offensive night.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And I know Bridges got all the love. Brunson got all the love for how it closed out, but OG had, I thought, big shots,
big threes,
big time threes.
Towns was fantastic.
Towns had a terrific game. Even Bridges hit those key foul shots, made some big defensive plays. McBride had a big three. Like everybody really contributed.
Right.
Devin and Mohegan, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, thanks for the call. So I just wanted to comment on something Hahn actually brought up, which was, right, we've always talked about those teams. You don't want them to be able to hang around, and the Knicks just are that because if it's close, here comes Jalen Brunson. On the flip side as well, if the Knicks have a lead in the fourth, here's Jalen Brunson. So then even on top of that, when we're down 10, 15, 20, here comes the Knicks and then, oh my goodness, they have Jalen Brunson. So is this their superpower to apply pressure to teams, which allows them to sort of play free? Because as you guys have already alluded to, they've put pressure on every team, and then it's almost just like, those great teams we always talk about where they pounce on the other team's mistakes, and they're sort of forcing the other teams and the onus on the other team to sort of make mistakes. So is that this Knicks team's quote-unquote superpower, is their ability to apply pressure? Interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. Let's go Knicks.
It's a good call. It's like you're looking for the weak spot, and you want it to expose itself, and that's kind of what this team does. You really have to play. Look, first, they have to play poorly, which they fortunately haven't done in over 40 days. Like, they really just haven't had bad games. Because even when they aren't shooting well or doing anything offensively at a high level, their defense, and that's what Towns was saying in the huddle, the offense will come around, but we got to stay locked in on defense. When they were not good during the season, it was because their defense fell off out of frustration with the offense, missing shots, affecting you mentally. It's a good call that he just made there. Is what pressure, where will it break in the Spurs tonight that they can take advantage of and use against them? That's like what you're looking for. Turnovers was the issue in the second half for the Spurs. Knicks scored a ton of points, 19 off turnovers.
Yeah, very sloppy, the Spurs.
And they got them turning the ball over. Wemby turned it over a couple of times. So That's the apply pressure part, and the expose was that they were giving up the basketball, and the Knicks were able to mount their comeback based off the fact that the stops they were getting were based off turnovers.
Zed in Denver, you're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking the call. I just had a quick point or suggestion with the officials. I think it would be nice to keep the same officials, but maybe have both teams agree on the officials. Maybe this would help the regular season, officiating and playoffs, because you want to be the officials that are selected for the finals, right?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? You have a crew. The best crew of the year gets to call the finals. The one that everybody agreed, all the teams agree this was the best crew.
Can you get that, though? Can you get a consensus?
I don't think you would.
These are guys that really have earned the right to be here.
Yeah, I don't know if officials would want that. Because if you're an official, you want to be impartial. You don't want to be chosen. I don't want the other team to pick me, because that'll look like that, I must be, favorable to you.
Yeah,
and I don't want to
all
be
they're going to
favorable.
go. All they're going to go on the records. If you look on social media before any big
you
game
see that,
in sports, what's the record with this officiating crew?
Right.
And unless the record's identical, both teams are probably not going to agree.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, too. I mean, certain officials, they call the games. I really don't believe, you'll find, this guy grew up in San Antonio, so he's for the Spurs. Stop it. I mean, these guys work their ass off to get to this in life. They're not going to have their fandom or where they're from persuade them how to call it, right? Because they live for this. To make it to the NBA and to be able to make it to call the NBA Finals, they don't want to screw that up. Come on. Now, you might have guys like it might be on the take, as we've seen back in the past. That's something to always be concerned about in the era of gambling and all that. But
interesting
to
here.
think an official is favored one team over the other, I don't buy that.
No, it never works. It just seems sometimes that way, but sometimes when you watch it back, then you realize, he's actually making
the way
the right
they
call.
call the game may not be the way you play the game, and it doesn't work out for you. But I think that's more coincidence than anything else.
So an update on the Brunson versus the courtside fans thing at San Antonio. So the investigation was completed.
All right.
And the NBA has banned the fan. He's not a season ticket holder, and if he were to attend another game in the series, he would not be permitted to sit in courtside seats. So he's not necessarily banned from the arena, but he's banned from sitting nearby and being that close to where he can have that kind of an impact that he did with Brunson. We still don't know what was said, but he cannot sit courtside anymore. And the courtside is not just the first row; it's that little pocket of seats before you get to the bowl,
within earshot of the players.
Yeah.
Now, listen, in the grand scheme of things, we don't need to know. We just want it for our own curiosity. It's something pretty bad. Like I said, it's not you stink, Brunson.
No,
they crossed the line
for sure.
And that's not just for Brunson's benefit. It's for the benefit of the fans that are around there. It's no way to be. It really is no way to be. And listen, I'm as big a fan as anybody of teams, and I know you are and all that. But sometimes going to these games, and it's not just the cheap seats. It's anywhere. That, when to hear the things that are said, it's just, come on, man. I don't care how much you paid for a seat. It doesn't give you the right to do that.
Yeah, even when I've attended games, and it's been a long time since I've really attended games as a fan, but attending games in any sport, I never understood that. You can get frustrated about stuff, right? But when people get real personal and start yelling stuff, you don't just, I don't know how often you've experienced that, but don't you just sit there in the crowd, look at the guy what the hell's wrong with you? He can't hear you.
I didn't pay as much attention to it until I had kids.
So you're older.
Because it didn't, offensive language doesn't bother me. I never to
me, it's the personal attack.
To me, it's just like
the personal attack is what annoys me. Right,
being a jerk, acting that way.
Well, you're also you're trying to get attention from everybody around you. You're trying to entertain people around you. Whatever it is, you're always making it about you. Let's be honest.
Right. You're making it about you, and also I think there are people, especially who sit down there, that think, well, I paid $1,200 for this seat. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want.
No, it don't work.
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, and you don't have an impact on the game. And really, people like that.
I paid for this ticket on this train, but it doesn't mean I have to have a phone call on speaker.
People like that are no different than the idiot that ran on the court. They're all just trying to get attention.
Yep.
And I'm glad that there were no names released, so we really don't know who said it. And I know there are pictures, but we don't know which one of these individuals said it, so they really didn't get the 15 minutes the way the guy that ran on the court did.
Right, and it didn't affect him because Brunson ended up winning the game. Yeah. And hitting that shot in your face and then pointing at you. So how'd it work out for you?
Listen, we joke about it with Dave Rothenberg. That's like all the wacky things that he's done proving how good a fan you are.
Yeah.
You screaming at the opposition and all the things doesn't make you a good fan. It makes you an idiot.
Thinking you affect the game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop. I mean, you should be allowed to boo, and I think sometimes some of the things that are said can be funny. Like, real quick story. There was a guy that I keep bringing up, Bill Hansen, because he's the guy that really got me into hockey, the pharmacist over at Lincoln Pharmacy.
Yeah.
And his son was a big Ranger fan, and he spoke French. So what he would do sometimes, he told one story, like the Rangers are playing the Bruins at the Garden, and he sat behind Reggie Lemelin and was like screaming at him in French. I found that to be funny.
It's hysterical.
But I don't know what he said, and people around him probably didn't know what he said. Right. So it might have been a little racy or whatever, but to me that's kind of cute, right? That's funny. But just some drunk idiot just screaming obscenities at somebody that play. To me, that just doesn't give you the right to do that. I don't care how big a fan you are. I don't care how much you pay.
Unless they're in French, then it's funny.
But it's cute. Listen.
We got a strange.
We all know.
We got a strange pull jersey in here already. Is a David Lee jersey a strange pull? David Lee was really good.
He
double-double
was
machine, all-star. But it's not really – is that a strange pull, though?
He got a video when he came back. I think what I remember about David Lee, it was the first time that I can remember somebody like him getting a video tribute when he came back. And to me, that kind of started where we kind of feel we got to do it for everybody. Like, he was a nice player. But I remember at the time, like, really, did he deserve a video tribute?
Well, he was an all-star. He was an all-star. But he had a really good year. He had a triple-double.
Did he go to Golden State? Where did he go?
Yeah. He was traded for Amari. It was a sign-and-trade for Amari that they included Golden State in. And Lee ended up in Golden State. And I actually got to be part of the beginning years with Steph Curry.
Right. So, but no, I think that's a strange pull. Absolutely, and certainly to a certain generation of Knicks fans, it is a.
That has to be a Towns jersey, because the other 32 I'm thinking of is like way back. It's karl-anthony Towns. So I'm always up for a strange pull jersey.
I got a 32 story.
32.
It's very embarrassing to me, but I'll tell the story.
All right.
Because it applies to not just 32, but one of the biggest names in the industry.
Okay.
All right, more of your calls at 1-800-919-3776. We'll get to the Aaron Judge of it all. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. Ian and at 6. We're live at Stout, 35th between 7th and 8th. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open. Right corner. Three-pointer. It's good. Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer. 1:50 to go. They're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Best Knicks team I've ever seen. It's everything you want. We're cohesive. We communicate. We play hard. We're focused. We're talented.
I've been a Knicks fan since 1985. I was a sophomore in high school, man. And these dudes, they stuck together. I'm proud to be a fan. I'm proud to walk around with my New York Knicks fitted on. Go, New York, go!
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together. With low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Rick threw out the idea. I'm really dabbling with the idea of San Antonio.
That game would be a Saturday. If they win the championship on that Saturday, we're going right to the airport on Sunday.
My plan, which I was proposing, we don't need a hotel.
Did not involve a hotel.
It did not involve a hotel.
We will spend $11 million on tickets. And how much the hotel? We don't need a hotel.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I think one of my last pro games was in San Antonio.
Oh, that must have been something.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Programming alert. Today's Mets-Padres game can be heard on 1050 ESPN at 9 p.m. Game 2 of the NBA Finals can be heard on 880 ESPN New York at 7 p.m. And all games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app.
Knicks fans, Finals tickets are up for grabs. Head to Caesars Sportsbook at Monmouth Park tonight for an exclusive Knicks Finals watch party. Catch the game on wall-to-wall screens, hang with Chris Carlin and Dan Grassa, plus Knicks legends, and score an official Knicks playoff T-shirt. The first 100 fans will also receive a free smash burger and fries. Stay until halftime because you could win a pair of 100-level tickets to Game 3 at MSG. This event is open to Caesars Sportsbook customers only, so sign up now and bring your app for entry. Doors open at 7 p.m., so get there early because space is limited. To learn more, visit Caesars.com/Knicks Finals. Remember, you must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER in New York. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. All right, my 32 story.
Go ahead.
Very embarrassing, but it's worth telling. Early days of the Fan. I'm nervous. I'm doing updates. And I got a chance to do updates. When I first started doing updates, I did them on the weekends. And then I got a chance to do them during the week. So I would do Joe Benigno overnights during the week. Mm-hmm. And it was some story about Patrick Ewing. I forget what the story was. So this is like, 96, early 97? So 96, 97 season. Something happened with Patrick. And so instead of just saying Ewing, I put my script, 33, number 33. But for some reason, and I was nervous, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Instead of saying 33, I said 32. All right, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Who's listening? You know who's listening? Mike Breen, driving in to do updates on Imus. So the newsroom phone rings. Hey, WFAN. Hi, Don. It's Mike Breen. Patrick Ewing wore number 33, not number 32. And I actually said, I'm sorry. I apologized to Mike Breen for my ignorance. And he said, I just want to let you know, when he hung up the phone. And then when he came in, I
was
said.
Was it awkward?
I said, thank you for that. I don't know what happened. He's like, no problem. But it was really embarrassing. Even 96 Mike Breen, 30 years ago, it was still embarrassing. Voice of the Knicks. Does updates on Imus.
Technical foul for hanging on the rim.
And I've always felt that there's been a little bit of a separation
ever
between us
since
for that.
then.
That he's never really respected
he's just
my
like,
work.
How does this guy not know Patrick Ewing's
It
number?
is pretty dumb.
This guy's doing updates and
on the Fan.
And maybe the most popular athlete in New York, and he doesn't know his number.
I mean, this is like saying 6 instead of 7 for Mantle. It's at that level. So you just think this kid's stupid.
Yeah, and he was probably figuring he's not going to make it.
Oh, I have
and then
no doubt.
every success you've had since then, he's probably like, I can't believe the guy that didn't know Patrick Ewing's number is doing all this.
I am sure every time he sees me accomplish something, he thinks to himself.
Did you ever bring it up to him before? Like, have you brought it up to him?
No.
It'd be hilarious if he remembers it. It would really be funny.
I believe he remembers it because I think it's the foundation of our relationship, where he looks at me as an aberration. Like whenever he sees me afternoon drive, doing Rangers games, Devil games, he's thinking this guy must know somebody, right?
Miracles.
This guy, he's got pictures, right? How did he get this job? Because no, he's a Knick guy. Come on. This is not knowing.
Do you think he was the one that when you started working with Michael and Michael wouldn't let you talk, Michael was like, they got this guy LaGreca working with me. He's doing updates. And Mike went, oh, don't let him talk. This guy's going to screw up everything.
He'll destroy you.
I
would be interested if he remembers that.
It's hilarious.
And if it is the foundation of our relationship.
We all have that one embarrassing moment where we just feel like,
and you don't know why you do it.
How was I that dumb?
I'll get criticized for a mistake I make during a Devil game, and I wish I had an excuse. I don't know why I said the wrong play.
You're human.
Because you're not human. You're not human. Don't you realize all these people could do a better job than us? We just caught the break.
Yeah, you just got lucky.
Listen, I do believe I got lucky. But I don't know if Mike was recommending me for any jobs in the late 90s.
Luck is the last dying wish of a man who believes that things happen by chance.
How do you remember these quotes? It's amazing.
Yeah,
very talented. Kurt, Jersey Shore, you're on ESPN New York. Now the Jersey Shore goes from
what's going on, boys? You know how fired up we are.
I know, but you go.
I go to get a nice
whatever. Let him go.
What do I see? I see the bartenders at the Midway Bar hanging up a Brunson jersey, hanging up a Towns jersey. So let's go, baby. But here's my point for tonight. When the Spurs went on their run the other night, it was Champagny and Vassell and those guys with the threes. And you know what? We shut it down in the second half. Do it the same way. You know what? Take those threes away. You're not shooting those threes. You know what, Wemby? You have to beat us one-on-one. You know what, Castle? You have to beat us all night one-on-one. And you know what? They're not going to do it. Boys, great show. I love it. 2-0 tonight. Let's go. The champions. We are bringing this championship home. You guys are the best.
Thanks a lot, Kurt. What I was going to say.
He ran right through the tape.
The Jersey Shore runs from Sandy Hook to Cape May. That's a lot.
It's a lot of shore.
So when you say Jersey Shore, where on the Jersey
where's
Shore?
The shore? Yeah,
Again, I wonder if these people are on like witness protection, right? Like they don't want to be found. Be proud of where you are. Where are you?
Yeah, you don't need to know.
LBI. We had somebody from LBI the other day.
I'm on the shore. That's all you need to know.
Tom's River.
Where
are you?
What are you writing a book? Can I just say what I want to say and hang up the phone?
Oh, I don't have to put you on.
I want to talk to the hosts. I want to talk some sports. You don't need to know where I live.
All right.
Mind your business.
Steve Novak is going to be joining us next here at Stout on 35th between 7th and 8th Avenue. We'll get into Aaron Judge out 4 to 6 weeks with the rib and what that's going to mean for the Yankees moving forward. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. Ian and at 6. Jam-packed show. Don Anna Rosenberg leading you into Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Knicks-Spurs. Knicks up 1-0, like I needed to tell you that on ESPN New York.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This June, don't miss our midweek Money Rush drawing and your chance to win your share of $50,000. Be here on Wednesday, June 10th and 24th from 3 till 6 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to win $5,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., one winner will take home $5,000 cash plus any unclaimed cash from the previous drawings. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Wherever your day takes you, across New Jersey, into New York, or down to Philadelphia, New Jersey Transit gets you there. Skip the traffic and stay on track. With busy travel periods ahead, plan ahead, check schedules, and allow extra time for your trip. From workdays to weekends, New Jersey Transit keeps your routine moving with reliable, convenient service. Ride smart. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin Modern Windows and Doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys,
it's Tully time.
I like that. Knicks-Spurs Game 2 coverage immediately following us with an extended pregame from Pat O'Keefe at 7 o'clock. Mets-Padres could be heard on 10:50 at 9, and the Yankees and Red Sox first pitches at 7:05 over at the stadium. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Steve Novak on his way here. So in the meantime, while we wait for Steve, let's get in the Aaron Judge situation. He has got the rib is a problem. It's not TOS, which is good, because many people thought that would be what it was, and that's a 10-month recovery. That not only kills this season, but the beginning of next season. That was the worst-case scenario. It's a stress fracture of the rib, 4 to 6 weeks, and then he'll be evaluated. So you're looking at the possibility of 2 months without Aaron Judge. You're the Yankee guy. How do you feel about this?
Not great, obviously, because he's the catalyst of the offense. It's the reason why he bats second. I mean, it's also been the thing that people have used against him when it comes to his career, is that he's had these injuries that have cost him a lot of time. I also don't want it to become something that, I think it was John that brought it up when we were talking about it during the meeting, is now it takes him out of right field. It becomes this thing of, you know what, he's too fragile, can't have him play outfield. Because while I don't think they've said specifically when the injury happened, there have been, of course, our internet sleuths who found him catching a ball against the wall and wincing in pain after he hit the wall, his back into the wall, and he didn't seem right. And from that game forward, he just had no power left in his bat, and he struggled at the plate. The fact that he'll be back at, quote, some point this season also doesn't sit well with me, because it doesn't give you a ton. It gives you a evaluated in, right? Evaluated doesn't mean he's back. And we all know ramp up and everything else. My concern is that we won't see Aaron Judge until September. And if we don't see him until September, and I mean him, not, he might be back in August, but not ramped up, using him as a DA, whatever it is. But September's late. You get to playoffs. Fortunately, if you can get to the playoffs, they have the pitching to do it. So I'm not worried about the season going into tank like it did a couple of years ago when he hurt his foot on the on that stupid curb at Dodger Stadium. But I'm more concerned about postseason, when they get there. And he's back, and now it's like didn't really have a full year, not feeling right, and it's another postseason where Aaron Judge maybe faces some criticism about not coming up big in the clutch. This creates all of these narratives I don't want for a guy who's supposed to be the face of your franchise and carry your team when it matters most. He's got to have a run. What Jalen's doing right now, like Judge kind of didn't do it when the Yankees went to the World Series a couple of years ago. He didn't really have – he had, one or two big moments, but everybody remembers him dropping a fly ball in the World Series, and that stands out more than the home run against Cleveland. And so at some point he's got to have a run. And this only creates the possibility of that not being this year. I'm concerned.
And you should be.
Is that a reasonable concern?
It's not about
the team success, because I think they have the pitching to do it.
Yes.
This is about him and his career as a Yankee star, and it creates the possibility of yet another year going by where he doesn't have that moment where you can finally put it to bed and you can say that this guy's one of the all-time
greats.
Well,
here's what I'll say about the season, all right? This is not 2023. You are equipped to overcome Judge. First reason is the American League stinks, all right? Now, you got the Rays, who don't stink, but they've come back down to earth. I believe with Bellinger, with the season that Rice is having, with this amazing starting rotation that's only going to get better as the season goes on, I look at the Yankees as a team that still could win this division. If you told me Judge isn't playing until September, they could still win this division. They could still win 2 rounds of the American League, because I don't think the American League is very good. And now you'll get to October, which I still think can happen with a compromised Judge. By the time you get to late October for the World Series, I would think he'd be okay. Because let's face it, even if he rakes and you beat Cleveland in the postseason and you beat Seattle in the postseason, nobody's going to give you any credit for that. What are they going to give you credit for if you beat the Dodgers or the Padres or whoever coming out of the National League?
Right.
And then if he's healthy and rakes and they win the championship, he'll get credit for that. I still think that's on the table. What the better conversation to me is with Judge is, they're going to have to get him out of the outfield sooner than later. Just going to have to.
I hate this.
I know you hate it because he's such – I'm going to tell you why. The last 3 times he got hurt was because of things that happened in the field.
Freak injury. The Dodger one you got to take out of the equation. It's freak. Freak injury. Come on.
The Dodger thing is a freak injury, but it happened because you're playing right field. The other time he dove for a ball, and this time ran into the fence.
Dive for the ball, I'll give you. This one falling into the fence awkwardly, I'll give you. The Dodger one, the gate opened.
I get it, but the point is this is a guy that's older than most guys that have played their rookie year in 2016, okay? He's 33 years old. Eventually, he's going to become your full-time DH. You only got 1 more year of Stanton. So once Stanton's gone, you're going to have to – I'm not saying it's right away, Alan. But when Stan's contract comes to an end, you're going to have to start thinking about this guy playing more DH than outfield.
Well, at some
He's going to have to.
But I wouldn't.
And at some point has to come sooner than later.
But you understand? Right, so really, it does coincide with my concern, does it not? Right? It coincides with the concern that I have.
Yeah.
Right? Is that I don't know what his future is going to be this year, and it just takes another year off of his career, and I don't want that.
Right, but you want him – the thing, he's special. He's got a strong arm. He's an A-plus defender. But what makes him special is his bat. And when he's hurt, he can't hit. So I know it stinks because you do lose a weapon in right field, but I think you just can't afford to compromise that special bat. Speaking of special,
Oh, look at
Steve
that.
Novak.
Look at that transition.
Who is really one of my favorite guests. I can't speak for Alan.
Yeah, Alan feels otherwise, but that's why I'm happy to be here with you.
Steve Novak, how are
no,
you?
me and Alan are good. And with that MSG polo on, you look good too. You know that?
You know I hate this. You know I hate this.
You wouldn't believe the wardrobe conversations that we've had. He said it depends on the cut. It depends how it falls. What if we're sweaty? I said, Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Well, can I just ask you a personal question? Speaking of wardrobe,
jeez,
right?
To Alan. Right.
The first time,
questions.
because I think it might be personal, because you may not even want to answer it. The first time that he came on with us live, it was like 4 degrees outside. We were freezing.
Yep.
You saw the
and
different
he came out in his shirt,
dressed like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now it's like 95 out, dressed like that.
It is
like,
funny.
You know. Do you remember? I can't remember the name of it. Like
it is true.
There was like a Japanese show. It was like a little kid, like all those like typical Japanese like TV shows where everybody wore the same outfit every single episode. And what they would do, it's wintertime, so they'll just put like a scarf on him, still wearing shorts and a T-shirt. Like that's him. Like he's got the same wardrobe no matter what's going on.
Wisconsin strong.
Like he would be the guy. Right. Here is Steve Novak in Vietnam 1970 wearing that. Here's Steve Novak up at the North Pole handing out gifts to the elves.
He is
wearing that.
You know what he is? He's team issue man. If he gets team issue stuff, he's wearing it.
But there's team issue T-shirts. You're still wearing a long sleeve.
It is
93
degrees.
Look, and if I take this
off, gorgeous though.
I got more Knicks stuff on underneath.
Look at that. He's got layers. It's 90.
He's layering.
Now, in my defense, now listen. I mean, I know you're comparing me to cartoon characters, so now I got to defend myself. I walked over here with the quarter zip on my shoulder. I was thinking I want to be in Knicks colors everywhere I go right now. So I put this on my shoulder. I walked in my short sleeve shirt. When I came in, tell the people we're in air conditioning now. That's Stout.
Okay.
And so
I like it.
In my defense, we're in air conditioning. I have a quarter zip, and I'm in the right colors right now. We do know there's a pretty big game tonight. We should be. All in Knicks colors, so shame on you guys. What the hell?
No, I was more.
No,
you're
representing.
What are you talking about?
You're right. I already gave you a shout out. MSG.
I mean, it's bad enough. I got to wear it another
day. Come on, you look good in it.
No, he does.
Tell him.
He does.
No, I don't. By the way,
he looks good in anything.
There's a lot of push-ups to look good like that.
You got to stop. But it is true, and that's a great sell. We are at Stout, just a block away from MSG, 35th, between 7th and 8th. And as Steve just said, there is glorious air conditioning in this room.
There is.
We are upstairs, by the way, as well, which
we
were able
need
to
it.
find.
It's a great vibe in here. Look at they got the
like
stone
the
veneer.
Stone?
They got the stacked stone. They got the Knicks flags everywhere, and we are a block away. You can feel the energy. You and I were posted up at the studio across the street for Game 1, and it's an amazing view to have because when the game's not even at MSG, and the Knicks are in the finals, and they're playing well against San Antonio, you start to just see the crowd get bigger and bigger. People coming down the street. Shout out to NYPD keeping things under control. They had the stanchions keeping everybody together.
Yep.
But what a beautiful sight. Everybody keep coming out and being kind and not too wild because it's going to be an awesome celebration.
Well, it's been like a unifier.
They keep playing well.
A lot of people have talked about this. Is like how there's just been a unifier of, like, you know, we could all have our differences, but hey, the Knicks are in the finals.
Yeah.
So we share that, right? And I think that's one of the cool things about what we're seeing. But for you, the cool thing about Game 1 was that they got the win. Yeah. But was there something in Game 1 that you saw that made you feel like this can carry over into Game 2? If there is, what is it?
I mean, I think the big thing that I've just been so impressed with in the playoffs so far is their ability to sound very cliche and say, we're hungry, we're desperate, we have to win today. And you hear that from everybody, the teams that win the next game, the teams that lose the next game. You hear that a lot of times. What's been so impressive is that it just seems that they really do have that mindset. Obviously, the results have shown when you sweep Philly and you're just not impressed, you're not where you want to be, and then you sweep Cleveland. And obviously that Game 1 was quite the test. But the fact that that was a part of that story where there was that massive comeback in the fourth quarter in Game 1, that they not only said that that's what they were about, but then in that one game showed no matter how good we play, if we're up by 20, down by 20, we can maintain that mindset that if we are who we are, it's going to be good enough. Mm-hmm. And I think that's, to me, when you watched Game 1, you saw the Knicks were willing to be who they were. I know the playoffs and these adjustments are the big thing that you want to talk about in these kind of series. But I think that, to me, what's been most impressive is that the Knicks who were the Knicks, not who they need to be against Philly. They were the Knicks against Cleveland. Yeah. They weren't who they need to be against Donovan Mitchell and James Harden.
Yeah.
And to be honest, after watching Game 1, it feels to me like, of course, what are the adjustments? What are both teams going to do? And I again feel like, what is San Antonio going to do to adjust? Because the Knicks, being the Knicks, has won them 12 games in a row in the playoffs and 7 in a row on the road. We've talked about this a bunch, by 10 or more every game. And if that's the case, maybe it's incredible adjustments every game. I see a team that is playing their best basketball at the point you need to play your best basketball, and everyone else needs to catch up to you no matter what Vegas says, is what we've seen so far in that game one. A lot more games to go, but that's what's been so impressive to me, is that they've played and been who they are.
To their identity.
Everyone else has had to catch up, and no one has yet. So there's a lot more to go, but I love that.
So how do the Spurs adjust?
I think you saw in that first half they came out with San Antonio did with great energy. I mean, with force at the rim. You got Dylan Harper putting his shoulder into guys. You have Champagnie spotted up in the corner. You got a willingness to pass. I thought they had that home court, young energy that you would expect. God bless this team at their age to be in the finals and have clearly, it appears to me, skipped steps in order to be in the finals. So for them to play like they did in the first half, I thought was really impressive. What I would imagine if you're Mitch Johnson, you're saying we've got to be better at is they only made 11 threes. I know not the greatest three-point shooting team, San Antonio, but they had 89 field goal attempts in the game, and 43 of them.
That's a lot.
That's almost half of their shots were threes. They do a good job of shooting threes and a good volume, not necessarily making them, and getting to the free throw line. And so I think they want to try to maintain that, but take better threes. And if that number comes down, they have a guy named Wemby, who you would want to have the ball in the interior more. So if that three-point number comes down, if I'm Mitch Johnson, I'm saying take good threes. It has to be a weapon. Keep getting fouled. Keep attacking. That's one of our weapons. But let's find the big fella. Let's get him on movement, on pick-and-roll actions. If he's even the weak-side slasher, in the middle of the court, because we watched against Oklahoma City specifically, the way when he gets in there and can shoot over guys, he's unlike any other. So that would be what I would expect, that offensive attack. How do we utilize Wemby to his fullest? That's what I see.
Now, I also feel like what this team has done, the Knicks now, throughout this run, has been applying pressure and then saying we can be close. We don't have to be up 10. We don't have to be up 20.
Yeah.
We just need to be around it. And if, like I remember saying in the fourth quarter, third quarter, just keep it close. Keep it close.
Yeah.
Keep it close. Let's see what they do. And in these fourth quarters in this run, they seem to be the fresher team because obviously they haven't played as many games. And they also seem to be the more like confident team in crunch time, in clutch moments. So would you look at a game two like this knowing that no team has ever lost the first two games at home and gone on to win in the NBA Finals? It's never happened. There's all kinds of pressure on the Spurs. They're a young team. Yeah. They got to know. We don't. This is a virtual must-win. That you know you're going to get their energy, emotion. You're going to get all the stuff that a young team does. Just all you said. Same way game one started. And you just get through it. And you say, if we just keep it close, will they feel the pressure of the moment? And will they be able to handle it? Versus you knowing we can. Is that like a mentality that a team – I don't know if you go into games even thinking that is like whatever happens, stay in arm's length because we know we can close. They don't know if they can.
I think it's something that you've seen. Go back to Christmas Day against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep, great point.
And, there's other games too that were great comebacks. But the
NBA Cup game was like that too.
Yeah, exactly.
They were trailing going into the fourth quarter.
And so I think it's one thing to say, hey, stay the course. Be yourselves. We're going to be able to do it. Keep playing Knicks basketball. Let's stick to our habits. That's something you can say in timeouts. That's something you can say as the coach or to one another in a huddle. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But I think to your point, if you're the Knicks and you're down or you're close and you experienced Christmas Day where you were down by, 25, 22 against the Cavs?
Yeah, it was a big number. I can't remember exactly the number now off the top of my head.
Well, and it was 22 in game one against the Cavs.
Right.
And so you just and then you fast forward, I would say, again, to your point about game one against San Antonio, specifically in this matchup, an 11-0 run at the end of that game. To be down, the Knicks were down by 8 at the end of one, down 7 at halftime, tied at the end of the third, and they won by 10. To your point.
Crazy.
So we can say all that in the huddle. Stick with it. Let's be ourselves. Let's make sure we do all the things. But if it doesn't work out, you go like, well, we stuck to what we do, and it just hasn't been enough. With this team, they've proven they're the best they are at the end of games, and specifically now at the end of seasons.
Yeah.
They're playing this 12-game win streak. We have talked about it probably too much, but we're going to keep talking about it because we've all watched a lot of basketball. I've played a lot of basketball. I've been in the playoffs a bunch. To win 12 games against the teams that beat the teams, so it's not like they're not good. I'm not hearing that in the Eastern Conference. I'm not hearing Cavs were. Detroit lost. Boston lost. These were the teams. And now the finals have started, and the Knicks are up 1-0 again. And so it's, to me, very impressive, obviously, to have done what they've done and to done it, to your point, with the pace and the cadence that they've done it. They're not in a hurry to get up by 25. I don't even think they care. They're going to do what they do. They're going to rely on who they rely on, which some games is someone other than Jalen Brunson, but it's usually Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
But if it's not, he's fine with 14 assists, and he'll make sure it's Cat.
Something to watch tonight.
And it's a team that has proven it doesn't need to be Jalen Brunson. The Knicks
That's
can
the
win.
wrinkle that
Yes.
people. I don't. You know what, Novi? I don't think enough people have caught on to that.
Powerful.
That it, because all the Spurs talked about after Game 1 was we got to make somebody other than Brunson shoot the ball. And that was what the Cavs said after Game 1, and Brunson went for 14 assists in Game 2, and other guys scored. Josh Hart got a bunch of threes, like that, like whatever it was that other guys scored, and Brunson trusts the pass. Now, you couldn't say that in past years. It generally was as Brunson goes, the team goes, and when teams could shut him down, you really had a hard time scoring.
Yep.
That's different now because he now will say, "You want to take me out of the game? Fine, go 4-on-4."
Mm-hmm.
Right, or 4-on-3 if you're double teaming.
He's got to be out there, but
he
doesn't have to be getting 50.
Right. He doesn't have to do it anymore. And that, I think, is a wrinkle that no one really talks enough about.
Yeah.
When everybody says, what's changed about this team offensively? That's essentially, at the surface, that's what changed.
And that, to me, is it's this piece, it's this X-factor piece that you hear talked about in dreamy stories of, how good can they be?
Yeah.
Or, can you make the guy next to you better? All of these like teamwork concepts that are all these like fluffy. At the end of the day, I don't see any teamwork on this Knicks team. I see every single guy playing their role and having a ceiling that's higher than most other teams' starting fives have. So guys are willing to have 3 points and 15 rebounds.
Yeah, right.
Or have 26 points. There's a lot of guys that can maybe get you 15 rebounds and score 3 points, but they cannot get you 26 ever. Josh Hart can get you 26, and he can get you 3 points with a plus 22 in the last game. Mikal Bridges has a ceiling. OG Anunoby has a ceiling. Cat has a ceiling. Jalen has a ceiling. And so I just think this group, with those ceilings, with the willingness to play their role, that's why I say teamwork. Mm-hmm. These are just guys who understand their role, which means it might not be the same every night, but they're willing to play whatever it is. Some guys aren't willing to ever be the assist guy if you're Cat and you're the number one pick and you're making $50 million a year. He's willing to pursue every rebound. And so I just think when you see that and you see that your starters are 28, 29, 30, 29, 20, 30, 31.
In their prime.
And you're going against a group that's very young, you have to think that is a real factor when you have guys with that ceiling and they're in their prime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just think as this series got closer and closer to starting before Game 1 and the odds were more and more stacked against the Knicks, the more you dove into it, as me and you were looking at the stats and studying what the matchups are really going to be, I thought to myself, who is Vegas? Who is really – no, I mean this. Who is picking – there's a lot of series left to play, but I just think as you analyze it, you do see why this team is as successful as they are because they believe in each other, they're playing their roles, and they're playing their best basketball at the right time with leadership and a system that is, to Coach Brown's credit, working for this group.
Talking to Steve Novak here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg live here from Stout, getting ready for Game 2 between the Spurs and the Knicks. We were discussing it earlier with the officiating, and it's such a big thing. You as a player, would you want to see the same crew the entire finals, or do you like that the crews change?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think you win Game 1, you don't mind seeing the same crew. Maybe you lose, you say, I'd love to see a new crew. I do think, probably to the heart of your question, I do think one of the keys, and not an adjustment necessarily, because I don't think the Knicks are needing to adjust. They're needing to prepare for the adjustments. It's probably more than an adjust. I think the officiating is going to be very important in this second game, because if the Knicks continue to be who they've shown they can be over this 12-game win streak, which is you reset after a win, you act like it didn't even happen. It gives you confidence, but you could care less about if you're not there yet, we're not there yet. They've lived that. I think if the Knicks can come out and put their chest on San Antonio, if they can be the more physical team, if they can have a few hand checks, it was 14-2 fast break points going into the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden at the end of the game, I think it was 15-12, 15-14 San Antonio advantage. But the Knicks had caught back up. And how did they do that? You think about the turnovers that Wemby had. You think about the chances that Hart took early, got 3 fouls, but then it worked out. Over 4 quarters, it paid off, and you're off to the races.
You had to survive that early foul trouble, though.
Yes.
So you got Tony Brothers tonight and his crew. Josh Tiven, Tyler Ford. You know, like it does go crew to crew, like whether or not are they going to blow whistles or not. Now, the Knicks have not really had any issues with any of the officiating crews they've had because they just don't lose. So you can't really complain about any of them. I think they're 4-1 when Tony and his crew has been the officials, but
winning by a lot of points, that helps.
Yeah, that also helps. But there are those moments though that you'll look and you'll say, okay, well, Wembanyama's going to have to be aggressive early. You expect him to, and can Towns stay out of foul trouble? Because if he can't, boy, that really changes the whole dynamic of the team.
Changes
Josh
it all.
coming out, yes, hurt you, and then getting him back in the second half was effective. Towns, though, because of Wembanyama, if you lose him early because 2 quick fouls happen and now you got to take him out. That's the whole complex of the game. Like right away, that's it. And so it's always something to watch. But so you don't think it matters then? Crew to crew, game to game. If it's the same crew for the whole series and you know how they're going to call it, you don't think that. Like I would look at it like now I'm comfortable. I know what they're doing. I know how they're calling it. I don't have to adjust to anything.
Yeah, I think to your point, if there's early foul calls, I think that especially against the Knicks, obviously, that works in a big way against the Knicks because I do think that they are going to have to come out for another game on the road to really to put a dagger in these guys right now. You're not going to be able to sit back, be casual, hope things go your way in another game in San Antonio on the road. It's going to have to be because you go and take it.
Yeah.
And that feels to me like Cat being physical with Wemby. That feels like Hart out on the perimeter taking chances. And San Antonio.
You're saying just put the pressure on him. Make him blow a whistle.
I think it if the whistle doesn't blow and you start the game like that, you've got this in the first quarter in a spot that everyone can feel. And San Antonio shot 40 free throws in one of the regular season matchups, the one they won 134 to 132.
That game was crazy.
I've never seen a team with as good a box score at the end of the night as the Knicks in that loss. But the reason they lost was because San Antonio shot 40 free throws and 25 in game one. And so I do think if it is a little more touchy and they get up to 40 free throws again, it's hard to beat a team who shoots 40 free throws. And it just is. So I think to your point, depending on how the whistle goes, and obviously Kat talked about it too, they got to just be smart but physical. Keep your hands out of the cookie jar.
This is great stuff, Steve. Thank you so much.
He's
for joining us.
He's a fountain of information.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Fantastic stuff.
He knows his stuff. I think we should bring him back. That's my vote.
What do I have to wear, though? I'm not hearing this again.
No,
I'll wear whatever.
You be you, man. That's it. It was just an observation.
We're going to get him an ESPN New York golf shirt since he likes all these team issue stuff.
Yeah, why not?
Can we get him one? Do we have a golf shirt around?
I don't think so.
He's a small. I don't know if you guys know that.
Hey, just because I have an upper, me and KD have the same upper body for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We can both bench one.
Both 6'10" who can shoot threes all day long. Yeah, complain about it, why don't you?
That's right.
Had it work out. Worked out fine.
But you came a long way. We really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Great
Hopefully
to be on.
We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Me and Alan are hanging out tonight.
Steve and I outside at the watch party on 33rd Street. So the pregame show begins at 7:30 on MSG, and we'll be out there with all the Garden Crazies.
The craziest people that you couldn't love more.
And you know what, too?
Knicks fans.
For some reason, when you breathe the air over there, you walk away happy.
Yeah,
almost
don't
giggling.
breathe too deep.
Almost giggling.
Don't breathe too deep over there.
Almost smiling for no reason.
No, so you're saying that they're dispensing a lot of energy is what you're saying.
A lot of something. Something is being dispensed.
Contagious energy.
Very contagious.
Fraud Alert Friday is next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer, it's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer, 1:50 to go, they're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're setting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're setting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? No, really. Did you know just one drink could lower your inhibitions, slow reaction times, and reduce coordination? That single drink causes your judgment to be altered and makes it harder to track moving objects. The risk you take by getting behind the wheel is not worth your life or anyone else's. Call a cab.
Hey, I'm looking for a cab.
A ride share, a sober friend, or take public transit. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to always drive sober.
If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Slomin's is here to change the game with their preseason super sale. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R45-4B systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive service plan for 5 years, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Call Slomin's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Kristen North.
Good afternoon, guys. Trouble in Manhattan on the FDR Drive southbound. We have the left lane blocked at 71st Street because of a major accident. Cross Bronx, business as usual. We're jamming up southbound from the Hutch all the way down toward the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. And we're going to see some major delays on the Harlem River Drive. It's jammed northbound from Park Avenue up toward the GW Bridge. Don't forget, it's the Yanks versus the Boston Red Sox tonight at Yankee Stadium. Extra traffic expected as you're traveling on the Deegan and surrounding roadways. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunken drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I am Kristen North for 880 ESPN New York.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
Time now for Fraud Alert Friday. As you heard, brought to you by D'Agostino Law. Anthony Busick, nice enough to fill in for Peter Rosenberg.
Well, you guys are continually stuck with me until Peter gets back. He usually reads the emails, so I'm going to be tasked with doing it now. We don't even have to get to emails first. We have to address something that we addressed earlier in the week.
What do we got?
Elmo.
All right. I'm ready for this.
Before the NBA Finals started, Elmo said, Elmo hopes both teams have fun. A nice sentiment.
Well,
sure.
have fun.
Unfortunately, everybody looked it up. Sesame Street is on 63rd and Broadway.
I told you this. Nobody believed me.
What? You were right.
You guys were fighting me on this.
This is the heart of New York that he's in, and he saw all of the vitriol that he was getting and said, nix that last message. Elmo didn't mean to spur you on. So the question, unfortunately, we have to ask, is
Good
Elmo
Lord.
a fraud?
Oh, boy. Hold your horses.
I say no fraud.
What? No fraud.
No fraud. I'll tell you what.
Oh, no.
All he did, and it's Elmo, he doesn't get into competitiveness. He doesn't get into winners and losers. He just asked both to have fun. He's not a fan.
He's not a fan.
He's not a sports fan.
Okay.
He doesn't like competition. He wants everybody to get along. He is a big believer. I happen to know this about Elmo.
Oh.
In participation trophies. He's just not keeping score guy. So he just wanted both sides to have fun. Not a fan.
You know
not
who
a
is a
fraud.
fan? Big Bird. He gets it.
Big Bird, Big Nick fan.
You know who else? Oscar. You know, the grouch, lives in a garbage can. He gets it.
He gets it.
He gets it. I got to sit in this garbage all day. No, I need the Knicks to win. The
Right.
Spurs win, I'm still stuck in this
And
garbage
Elmo
can.
doesn't care because he's not a fan. I can't call somebody a fraud and they're not
Well,
a
you
fan.
know what?
He doesn't declare.
If he's
All
not
he declares
if he's not a fan, lay out.
Elmo's playing politician.
No,
is
he's
what
not.
Exactly what he's doing.
No,
exactly what he's doing. Thank you, Anthony.
He's
Brilliant
not.
take
No,
by you.
No, it's not a brilliant take because Elmo isn't looking for fans.
I just
Elmo
want
just
everybody
wants
to have
everybody
fun.
to have fun.
And he does. He's a nice.
That's what Elmo's about.
You know what's fun? Fun is the Knicks ending a 53-year drought. That's fun. In the city you were born in, Elmo. Born here. Live here. That's fun.
Elmo's
you think it's fun? Everybody's going to have fun if the Knicks lose? And all these poor people that got all excited for these last couple of
he's
months,
just saying
they
the
got to go back
players.
to believing that
Go
now they're
have
never
fun.
going to win. That's not fun,
See,
Elmo.
This is why Elmo doesn't deal with people like Allen.
He better
He
not.
just wants to
I got
be
something
nice.
for him.
He's not a sports fan.
Elmo got threatened. There's been threats to
We've
Elmo.
declared. He never declared.
They told
I'm
him
sorry,
to take
by
a
the
walk.
rules of it, he's not a fraud because he's not participating. He doesn't have a team. He doesn't root
There
for
can't
anybody.
be a single
That is
person.
the judge.
No, I'm sorry.
I
There
understand.
can't be a single person on the island of Manhattan, not even in the 5 boroughs, and possibly even northern New Jersey, Long Island, and Westchester. There's not a single person in those quadrants that can say they don't care. No, it's not possible.
Elmo
I don't
can,
care who
because
you
that's
are.
what Elmo's
no,
about.
I don't care. No, you have to be about something. You got to play.
Elmo's kinda like-
plant your flag, Elmo.
No, Elmo. That's not what Elmo's about, man. Don't make Elmo into something that
sure?
he's not.
Are you sure?
Well, we can move on from Elmo.
Oh,
we
listen,
have.
I have a lot of opinions on Elmo. I can't share not one of them.
Well, no, you cannot. Let's hear from Ethan Goldstein. On a recent SNY broadcast, Ron Darling said, as a non-native New Yorker, he's happy for the Knicks and will root for any New York team to bring a championship here. I know you say people who are just happy for all New York teams are frauds, but does a championship-winning athlete differ? An interesting one.
Wow. I'm curious about this.
Yeah, I'm curious about
He's
it
a friend.
too. Well, I don't think he cares for me at all, but that shouldn't
All right.
matter.
Why doesn't he like you?
Because I
What'd you
called
do?
him out about his book because he ripped into, remember, the Lenny
Oh,
Dykstra,
yes,
and then there were
yes.
guys on the team that said Lenny never did that.
Yeah.
He went after my guy, Bob Murphy.
I remember
called
this
him a
now.
drunk. I didn't think that was nice.
Okay.
I called his book, what was it, like, how many stitches are in a baseball? was like 3,000 Stitches. I said the book should be 3,000 Snitches because he was telling stories. So
it got interesting.
So and I haven't spoken to him since.
So
but
really,
anyway, but that's not going to affect. I'm a judge. I'm fair.
After all that, yeah.
I'm impartial.
I could tell.
I'm going to say also not a fraud.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's a fan. He's not a fan of these teams, right? I mean, he was born in Hawaii, right? Grew up in Boston, right? So now he's in New York, and he's a transplant, and I don't think he does his job. He's a Met guy, and he's just not a fan. He's not a fan.
Hang on. If he says he's a Met, and he's on the Met broadcast, if he says all New York teams, does that mean when the Yankees win the World Series, he's pulling for the Yankees?
Because I don't think he's a Met fan. He's a former Met. Like, I don't think he's declared
he's
as
got
being
blood
a fan.
He's got blood in the ground, Don. He's got blood in the ground.
I don't think he does. Doesn't sound like he does. If he's saying what he's saying about, I just want to see
New York at a championship again.
I don't see him a fan. Now Gary Cohen has declared himself a Met fan. He grew up a Met fan.
Well, that's different.
Now if he had said it, I'd say I'd call fraud. But I don't think Ronnie has ever declared to be a fan of anything. He's a former Met, worked for the Mets. He also does national stuff. I don't think he's declared anything to my knowledge.
Okay.
The only thing he's declared, he's a New York guy. So I call no fraud.
All right.
All fraud is if you declare, then that's what you are. If you're undeclared.
Declare.
You could tell that the Knicks are doing well. The judge is in a very good mood.
You could tell, right?
Nobody's going to jail today.
I can see this.
Elmo, I'm not going after Elmo.
I
will go after Ronnie if he bothers me, but this doesn't bother me.
All right.
No fraud.
All right, no fraud. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, let's hear from Amrit. Judge LaGreca, I need an official ruling from the fraud court.
Oh, you'll get it because it's Friday.
I was born in SoCal where the Lakers were our family team and kept me close with my cousins. Dad moved us to Syracuse. That is quite the move. For work during my elementary school years, and the Orange became my local basketball team.
Okay.
Over the past decades, my cousins and I completely lost touch and became less close due to family issues, killing my connection to the Lakers.
Here we go.
In 2016, I moved to NYC. Dated and married a born and raised New Yorker. Here we go. Her whole family are diehard Knicks fans.
Zipper key.
Between being in the market, becoming close with her family, and making friends at your in-person show events, in-person show events.
Yeah, we like that.
I slowly rooted for the team. I've been to many games and haven't watched the Lakers in a decade. I became a Knicks fan right as they became relevant over the last 4 to 5 years, which is questionable even to me. In my defense, I'd never claim I was a day one fan. I also suffer with my teams. I'm a post-Dynasty Yankees fan and longtime Giants fan. Am I a bandwagon fraud, or does my family fallout, moving away and marrying into New York, family absolve me?
Last I checked, we have the technology to continue to follow the Lakers from Syracuse, Guam, wherever.
Wherever.
So I'm sorry, fraud. You're a Laker fan.
There we go.
All right, you're falling out with family. Hey, stuff happens, right?
Exactly, but it doesn't mean you're falling out with the Lakers.
Right. Now,
what did they do to you?
I'll jump on. He even said once the Knicks became relevent,
That's where you gave yourself what you told on yourself.
Yeah, you told on yourself. That we all when we read that, when we heard that part, we're like, wait a minute.
The faces we made.
Wait a minute.
That line.
Sometimes you just have to hear it. You got to hear it from the
new
judge.
level I discovered: vomit fraud.
Fraud.
Vomit fraud. Was that what I heard?
This isn't vomit fraud.
This
falls under like zipper key. Yeah.
Let's hear from Jeremy. I'd like to report a fraud. Unfortunately, the fraud is me.
Oh, no. Tell it on himself.
I grew up during the Michael Jordan era and was a diehard Bulls fan.
Sure, why not? Diehard. You really died a lot during that era.
It's so hard to root for that team. They really struggled through those 6 championships.
Sounds like he struggled more than them. I liked the Bulls diehard. I mean, I got punched in the face and had my nose bloodied while taunting a friend during an Eastern Conference Finals game diehard.
Okay.
Back then,
he might have punched a Knicks fan.
Hating the Knicks wasn't a hobby. It was a lifestyle.
Okay.
Fast forward to today.
I get that if you're a Bulls fan.
Yeah,
right?
I would naturally.
I don't know why you would hate a team you always beat, but whatever.
Exactly. Why do you care?
Well, fast forward to today. I've barely watched basketball in years. I don't follow the league. I couldn't tell you half the playoff bracket.
Love the Bulls. Now I don't watch basketball anymore.
And I no longer spend my free time rooting against the Knicks, but here is where the fraud comes in.
What do you guys think?
If the Knicks win a championship, I'm 100% calling out sick from work and heading into Manhattan to celebrate with all the real Knicks fans.
I want a photo of this guy.
Do I need to finish this?
No,
Can
don't.
we just
go ahead and finish that because I got something I want out of this.
Well, I think I'm speaking for Alan.
Let's say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Fraud. And you know what? You're not welcome to the parties. We don't want you coming and celebrating. Get out.
In fact, we should get a picture of this dude.
Yeah.
And we should put it all over the place and say, if you see this man, throw him off the island.
That's right.
Drag him right to the East River and throw him
He
right
knows
in the
he's
water.
a fraud.
He cared so much that he fought someone, a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Got punched in the face by a Knicks fan.
Yeah, because he was taunting the Knicks that much.
I'm saying.
You can't enjoy their
wait a
success
minute,
if you mocked their failure.
And also, what was his problem with the NBA? All of a sudden, Jordan's not here anymore, and the Bulls aren't winning. I don't
Guess
enjoy
I'll just
the
go
NBA
away.
anymore.
Yeah, it's not fun. I really didn't
Man,
you know what it was? I didn't really like basketball. I just liked winning.
Yeah.
And it was fun to root for a team that won all the time. And when they stopped doing that, I didn't like basketball.
I didn't like basketball anymore.
And now I've got a team that's winning all the time. I'm going to root for them now.
You know
You're
what?
the worst kind of fraud.
Fraud.
I
yeah, it's not even a zipper key or it's not. It just
It's
classless fraud. How about that?
Classless.
Yeah,
classless fraud.
Punching people in the face 1 minute, then not caring the next. Get help. How about that? Maybe that's what we need. Get help fraud.
I think we have time for one more.
Yes,
plenty
please.
of time. We need a cleanser right now.
At Stout, Jordan says, "Hey Divas, long time unintentional listener. My husband plays your show religiously.
Unintentional.
Even when we lived on the West Coast, he would tune into you guys every day. Sounds like the husband's a fan, and she is now by proxy just knows who we are,
Of course
which
she
we
is.
appreciate. Thank you very
When
much.
she's exposed to this show, you can't get away from it.
All right, now.
I don't like being called a diva, but go ahead.
I don't mind.
I'm from Philly and a lifelong diehard Eagles and Phillies fan. However, I've never followed the 76ers.
Never followed.
Never follow.
Never follow. Key phrase.
While it goes against my allegiance to Philadelphia, I'm leaning into following the Knicks moving forward. Let me plead my case.
Lean
We're
on
back
in.
in New York City permanently. And when we have a kid, I would love to be able to go to a game with them and feel invested in the team. Right now, the odds are they'll be Yankees fans like my husband.
Okay.
And I would want to have one team we're excited about as a family. That being said, I think supporting a team requires some time in the trenches, so I love the idea of being on the bandwagon. I'm trying to pace myself and invest my time before I really go all in. That being said, am I a fraud for backing a New York team? Also, hi to my husband, Ryan, who doesn't know I'm sending this. Go Birds. I had to say the end.
I didn't love the go
Wow,
Birds,
Ryan.
but
I'm
listen,
not a fan either. But what do you
I
mean?
got a guy.
Hi,
Listen,
Ryan.
there is absolutely zero fraud in this.
No.
Zero
no.
fraud.
And the reason for the zero fraud, she never declared. She was never a Sixer fan.
That's critical
All right?
information.
And you know she listens.
And listen, her timing is very good because the Knicks are very good. But
I don't hold that against
her
her.
husband is a New York fan. They're living here, and she wants to get the kid involved.
Lean in.
I have
Lean
no
in, girl.
issue with this.
Lean
now,
in,
if she had
girl.
said she was a Sixer fan, that'd be a different story. But she did not declare, so I say no fraud.
No fraud.
The judge has spoken.
I didn't appreciate being called a diva.
I don't
No.
mind. I don't mind.
Alan doesn't mind.
Ryan, if you're watching, call in. We need to get a backstory.
Well,
Yes.
that was Fraud Alert Friday, brought to you by
So well
D'Agostino
done.
Law. 35
Can
years
we hear
of
it
getting
for Fraud Alert
accident
Friday,
victims
please, everybody? Fraud
and
Alert Friday.
Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey. 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
That was a good one.
And Anthony is not done.
Well,
no, he's not.
Don, Alan,
Yes.
New York, everybody here listening,
Everybody.
you're going to want to hear this one.
Everybody.
This summer, all lines lead to Champs Sports Fan Central Station, a soccer pop-up shop open right here in the heart of the city, 125 West 33rd Street. That way.
That way.
It's over there.
It's over there.
It's
Right
over there.
behind me.
This is the soccer destination in New York. Jerseys for every national team you ride with. USA, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and way, way more, all under one roof.
I might get a U.S. shirt. What do you
Well,
think?
Christian
Would I be a-
Pulisic.
Would I be a fraud if I got a U.S. soccer
You live
World
here?
Cup soccer jersey?
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
not a fraud if I do that, right?
I wouldn't
You
think
haven't
so.
declared.
I haven't declared. Well,
Yep.
I mean, if
I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
we're declaring.
it's kind of
Well-
obvious that I declare.
USA, right?
Well,
course.
Alan, this is the place. You're around here a lot these
I
days.
might just walk
this
by and
is
get
the place
one.
for you. If
I
you
love
want to
it.
gear up, rep your country, and feel the energy of the city, Champs Sports Fan Central Station, 125 West 33rd Street. That is where you need
I
to
know
be.
where that is. I'm going to go there.
All right, we've got tons of calls.
Yep.
We've got Knicks to talk about.
Lots.
We've got ENN. Anthony will be back at 6 o'clock for that. Take you right up to our coverage with Pat O'Keefe of Knicks-Spurs Game 2 at 7 o'clock. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
the Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer, it's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer, 1:50 to go, they're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
From your neighborhood stop to the city and back, New Jersey Transit keeps your day moving. Reliable, convenient, and ready when you are. We're on this ride together. So keep aisles clear, use headphones, and be mindful of fellow riders. Small actions make a big difference, especially during travel times. New Jersey Transit. Ride together, ride better. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
If we learned anything during this postseason run, it's you never count out the New York Knicks.
Karl Towns won that game for the Knicks, and I will never, ever call him soft again.
It's a such thing as a clutch gene. I have to admit, Brunson's the greatest closer, maybe, that we've seen since Michael Jordan.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Summer's here. People are outside walking more, traveling, going to games, barbecues, the beach, just enjoying life. But if you have joint pain, sciatica, or back pain is still holding you back, you don't have to live like that. I'm Bart Scott, and Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the real deal. Ivy League trained, double board certified with non-surgical treatments that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no pain medications, just a smart, targeted approach that gets you moving again. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SandwellPain.com. Don't let pain steal your summer.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Rick threw out the idea. I'm really dabbling with the idea of San Antonio.
That game would be a Saturday. If they win the championship on that Saturday, we're going right to the airport on Sunday.
My plan, which I was proposing, we don't need a hotel.
Did not involve a hotel.
It did not involve a hotel.
We will spend $11 million on tickets. And how much the hotel? We don't need a hotel.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I think one of my last pro games was in San Antonio.
Oh, that must have been something.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Programming alert. Today's Mets Padres game can be heard on 1050 ESPN at 9 p.m. Game 2 of the NBA Finals can be heard on 880 ESPN New York at 7 p.m. And all games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join Michael K. Show and us live starting at 1 p.m. with an appearance from DiPietro Rothenberg, Bart Carlin, and more. We'll have plenty of giveaways and fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and a chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer ball past Rick DiPietro. Plus music from Surfin' for Daisies, who will be playing an hour before and also after the show. That's all brought to you by Spike Aid, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and the New Jersey Lottery. Must be 21 years of age or older to enter. Interesting in the promo we just heard, Rick said he believes the last game he ever played professionally was in San Antonio. So I wanted to check this out.
Was that ECHL?
No, he was in the AHL.
AHL?
With the Charlotte Checkers. Now, the site that I looked up, it was the 13-14 season.
Oh, wait. Yes, the San Antonio, what were they?
I don't remember.
I got a puck from them when I was there. One of the first years I was a beat writer. I was collecting pucks for my son. Zach was like a little boy back then. And so if the team had a hockey team in the arena, I would find a puck. And I remember getting a San Antonio puck from there. I can't remember the name of that. So it's amazing.
So I got to look it up.
He was
he made 5 appearances. He was 0-2.
He was also really, really injured.
Right, but I want to see if he's right.
He was trying to play when he clearly shouldn't have been playing.
I was on a couple of sites that I go to, Pro Hockey or HockeyReference.com doesn't give minor league stats.
Right.
HockeyDB does.
HockeyDB, right.
That's where I was able to see.
What's his Elite Prospects tell you? Go to Elite Prospects.
But I'm just going to look up, Charlotte Checkers, 13-14 schedule and just see if I can find out if they were in San Antonio and what that San Antonio's name was. I'm just looking. It's giving me recaps. I think I got to break it down at some point. I'm going to look it up and see. He's probably right, though. But how odd is that? His professional hockey league career ended in San Antonio.
Of all places.
Now, if we can, if you want to go back and add this to the symmetry that is what's going on here, I don't know if you want to go that far. But I'm just looking at their last game, or it would have been his last game.
Yeah.
And was a loss on March 23rd, 2014. Yeah, but I can't click on to see the stats for that game. But he's probably right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I think he would know. You're fact checking.
He didn't. He's like, I think.
Oh, I see.
So I'd have to see if it was. He didn't win. I'm just trying to see when there was a loss at San Antonio, but pretty interesting. He only played a handful of games. Yeah, there was a 5-3 loss on November 2nd, 2013. But again, I can't click to see if he was the starting goaltender for that one. But I didn't know that.
I guarantee you, Kofi is on it right now.
Yeah,
Kofi's on it, and within moments.
He will have an answer for us in moments. That's exactly. He's just so good at that. He is tremendous.
They were the Rampage.
Okay, the San Antonio Rampage of the AHL.
Yeah, I know he's got a puck. That was the year that in Cleveland it was the Lake Monsters, the something Lake Monsters.
Lock Monsters, I think it was.
Was it something like that?
I think it was.
The Lake Erie Monsters, whatever it is. They won the what's the AHL? Is that the Calder Trophy?
Yes, I believe it is.
Calder Cup?
Yeah.
They won it that year when I was there, and I remember getting one of those pucks as well, and there was a kid from Long Island who was on that team.
That's pretty cool.
So I was not only getting NHL, because when I covered the NHL, I would get NHL game pucks for him. And then I started collecting, if there was Orlando had an AHL team, the Solar Bears.
Okay.
And I got a puck from them. I was bringing him home
pucks. That's pretty cool. They still have him?
He was devastated that I left the NHL and started covering the NBA. And so that was my way of, making it up to him. I was bringing him pucks even then, so. and now he's putting them in the net. Isn't
Well,
that great?
We are. It is awesome.
And by the way, if I can just one more, I don't want to forget. That's why I'm saying this, and I don't mean to keep talking about my family. Happy birthday, my oldest, Emma. Emma is 25 today.
Oh, awesome.
My oldest, 25. Isn't that amazing?
That it just goes by so fast.
Quarter century.
She shares a birthday with Paul Strager, who's our engineer today.
That's right. Happy birthday, Paul.
He's well past 25.
You think so? 26?
Yeah, that's right. But I think he's still in his 20s.
Probably.
And just a quick update. So Marco got crushed in the first game of the best of 3, 23-8.
Oh, that's a lot of runs.
And he was on deck, and the game ended. It got into a double play, and he was devastated. He didn't get another swing. Well, last night was game 2. All right, and I was able to get there for the end of the game. We hit the curfew at 8:30.
What is this curfew?
Well,
it's the playoffs.
The kids got school the
Stop
next day.
it! It's the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing: they're down 12-7.
All right.
In the 5th, they've got to continue the game tomorrow morning. So there's still hope. And if they win, if they come back and win, then they've got to play game 3 right after.
All right.
So he's still alive. But just a quick. Well, I get there. He's playing third. And then he gets in a bat. So I get to see in a bat. He had a hit earlier in the game. He thinks he walked. It was actually on a 2-1 pitch. It's a ball. He thinks he walked.
All right.
He goes to first. They got to bring him back because the umpire's like, no, it's 3-1. They got to bring him back. He smokes one in the gap. And I was telling him after, I was like, you almost missed out on that by not knowing the count.
Right,
I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He hit it hard.
Yep.
Gets a double, RBI double. So I was happy. And then he makes a play at third right after. So I got there at the right moment.
Okay.
So
now,
it's not looking good.
Does he wear the goggins when he plays?
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's some swag, man.
And he had him on.
He's got serious swag.
The sun's down, the lights are on. He still won't take the sunglasses
Love
off.
it.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
come on. He's
sunglasses
locked in.
night.
He
loves
in.
it. So.
Can't see my eyes. You can't see
And
me.
he had his step-up ceremony today. So he's an official, rising third grader.
Oh,
so he's
boy.
got
Okay.
a lot going
Big
on.
time.
So that's why the outfit that I'm wearing, he had the identical outfit.
I saw that today. I see again.
So,
the only thing that stood out to me were the goggins.
So at least we're talking about family. There was my opportunity to talk family, but it's all Knicks until ENN. So 5 o'clock, 1-800-919-3776.
I want predictions from people. I want to give me something about tonight's game that you're looking forward to specifically.
Yeah.
Not like a win or give me something specifically that you say tonight we're going to see this. We had a caller tell us earlier that he felt like it was a Mikal Bridges night. So I like it. Give me something like that when you're calling in. Be specific with what you've got to bring to the table tonight because it's your opportunity to talk Knicks. They are up 1-0 in the NBA Finals. And everybody, if they get the win tonight, understand something. No team who has lost the first 2 games on the road in the NBA Finals has ever gone on to win the series. That's what tonight means.
All right, and we've got some information on Rick we're going to pass along to you. 1-800-919-3776. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg got 2 more hours to go in that our coverage of Game 2 right here on ESPN New York.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York is playing in the championship, and when you watch a team play this well, you can just tell. It starts with how they're built. Depth, leadership, execution, doing the little things right. That's exactly how Tricon Construction builds too. Whether it's medical, industrial, multifamily, or commercial, Tricon brings the right team and the right plan to every project across the tri-state area. So if you're looking for a construction partner for your next project, don't overthink the pick. Choose Tricon Construction. Every phase, every detail, done just right. Visit triconbuilds.com.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Kristen North.
Good afternoon, guys. The good news and the bad news in the Bronx. The good news is the Deegan northbound at Van Cortlandt Park South. The crash there has been cleared, but the bad news is we still have some serious traffic back toward 179th Street. Another crash in the Bronx. This one's on the Bronx River Parkway southbound right by 177th Street. That takes out the right lane. And the Hutch is tied up in the Bronx southbound approaching Bruckner Boulevard. That's a crash in the way as well. Checking our scene across the Hudson River. All construction has been cleared at the GW Bridge, both decks. Inbound upper deck is 20 to 30. Lower deck is 20 to 30, outbound you're heavy across both spans. This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have any questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, develops better athletes and better people through youth or high school sports. I'm Kristen North for 880 ESPN New York.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's new.
That is new.
That was new.
It's Tully time. We've got the Knicks and the Spurs Game 2 coverage immediately following us with an extended pregame hosted by Pat O'Keefe at 7. Mets and Padres can be heard on 10:50 at 9 o'clock. And all the games, any conflicts between the two, will be Mets on 10:50, Knicks on 8:80. And the Yankees and Red Sox first pitch at 7:05. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Now, Kofi's
the best.
Got some stuff for us.
He's the best. According to an article that he found doing his search, Kofi's like AI, basically. You know what I mean? It's like Kofi Gemini or any of the others. According to an article that he presented here from the Charlotte Checkers website, Rick DiPietro's last appearance was a 26-save performance in a 4-3 loss to Rockford. Was not San Antonio.
And I want to give Suffering Jim some credit because he sent me the game by game from the Checkers that year.
Okay.
Rick was wrong. His last road game was in San Antonio on November 2nd, where he took the loss in that one. His last 3 games were all in Charlotte. 2 against Hershey. The last one on November 24th, Kofi's right, was in Rockford. So Rick was wrong that it was his last game, was in San Antonio, but he was not wrong in the sense that his last road game was in San Antonio.
Maybe that's what he meant.
So,
last time he had to play on the road.
But he wasn't wrong, so that goes back to the 2013
Man, look at the one picture there. Did you see the one picture of him?
Well, he looks like the Wolfman. There, he's got the
that's
mullet.
That's how I found him. I'm not joking. I have a picture of us when we did a couple of shows at night at the very beginning when I dragged him out of the basement and said, just come on, let's do this. And he's sitting in the studio, and he has the beard and the long hair. And I remember Buddy Christ from Dogma?
Oh, yeah.
I used to call him Buddy Christ.
Oh,
and then I bought like a little miniature statue of Buddy Christ, and we would put it up next to him. And then he cleaned up pretty good since then, didn't he?
He did. He cleaned up very
Good
well.
for him.
And so he was right and wrong. Also should mention that George Castillo, who covers baseball for us here at ESPN, spoke to Aaron Judge, who addressed the media, or at least he tweeted what Aaron Judge had to say when Judge talked to the media. He said he didn't want to talk about timelines. He said the injury stems from him diving for a ball in Texas on April 27th.
Wow, that's like the first month of the season.
Yeah, he said he played through pain, but it became unbearable over the weekend in Sacramento. So it's not from him colliding into the wall when he winced. It was actually in that, I think about a month into the season, because remember they started in late March.
So he's playing through this.
Playing through it until the pain was just too much.
He played through it, and I saw he said his reasoning for playing through it was because there was other injuries, especially with Stanton.
Right.
And he felt like I just didn't want to leave the team like that. I didn't want to say anything.
And that's much appreciated.
Wow.
But at the same time,
no me gusta, man.
Did he hurt himself even more with that too? So,
how do you feel? I don't love it.
Well, see, he's not talking timelines because, again, the timeline is to get reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks. So if it's the maximum, that's a month and a half from now. We're already at the beginning of June. So we're talking about somewhere around the All-Star break. Coming out of the All-Star break, he'll be reevaluated. And then we'll see how he's progressed. They may say, okay, he'll be able to play another month from now. Even if they clear him, he'll still have to get ramped back up again because he hadn't played in 6 weeks. So I think best case scenario sometime early in August. Worst case scenario, as you said, it might be, in September because he's going to have to go through rehab and all that.
That's exactly the part I'm talking about. So, when do you get him back, and when is he himself again from ramp up? Because you got to think he can't throw a ball and he can't swing a bat. If you have a rib fracture, you got to leave it alone, let it heal. And so, with all that in mind, when you get to the postseason, what is he going to be? And how much are people going to allow for it? Well, we are. You get to the playoffs, and he's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. You're not going to want to say, well, he did miss 3 months or he did miss 2 months. Nobody wants to hear that. That's what I worry about. And it could be another year ripped off the calendar for a player that, he's a great player, and he's also, by everything that we know, he's a phenomenal human being. Why would you not want to see him have 1 year of just great success?
Yeah.
To have that glory. And I'd hate to see this happen where it's another year off the calendar that he can't have that.
But, listen, I know it's a Knicks day, but this is not nobody. This is Aaron Judge
this
of the
is
New York
important.
Yankees. Okay?
Very important.
Dude, he should have silenced it last year. He raked in the postseason last year.
They didn't win, Don.
Team wasn't good enough to win.
But they didn't win.
But give me a break.
You know it has to coincide with winning.
But just think about – you're right. You're 100% right.
And I'm a big fan of his.
But think about how ridiculous that is. So let's say he comes back in September. He's a shell of himself, doesn't have a great World Series, but the Yankees win. Now it's okay. He's got the ring. So, listen, I understand he's had his struggles in the postseason. But he did a great job, wasn't he? He's not the reason they didn't beat the Blue Jays last year.
I am aware.
And it would be terrible if he ends up being the one great Yankee outside of Don Mattingly who doesn't have a ring.
Yeah, it'd be like Don Mattingly.
People have to realize that it's a lot harder to win than it was back in the day when Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio and Yogi Berra were rattling off championship after championship.
Or when you were able to buy a lot of players. Yeah.
Those guys were able to win the American League. They're instantaneously in the World Series. Now I got to play wild card round, possibly. And even if I don't, divisional round, league championship series before I even get to the World Series.
Right.
So But again, I think the better topic of conversation is what do you do with him playing in the outfield? And maybe we split the difference. You believe, you got to be out there. He's a great defender. I'm thinking sooner or later he's going to have to become a DH. But, and this pains me to say, but sometimes you just got, discretion is the better part of valor. Like, I know you're a great player and you want to dive and make every game-winning play. If the Yankees are up 5-0 in the 7th, maybe don't dive for that ball. You're 6'7".
Nope.
When you dive, you get hurt.
No way.
All right.
No, you can't do that. If that enters your mind, don't play at all.
Well, but that's what you got to look at, man, because this is now the third time. I understand it was a fluke situation, but this is the second time he's gotten hurt diving for a ball.
All right. There's another part of the story that is now worth following, at least for the short term, and as a Yankee fan, you hope maybe for the long term. What that part of the story is Spencer Jones.
Right.
This is his chance.
And Dominguez too.
Right.
But Spencer Jones for sure.
I mean, he is literally the big bat who, if he can get hot, we know he can hit for power. And to me, this is the time right now that he has to take advantage of. You got to look at in Yankee history when key players have gotten hurt, when the young player comes up and gets an opportunity. Yeah, I always go back to when Mattingly got hurt, Kevin Moss came in, and Kevin Moss had himself a hell of a finish to the season, right? And he became like he was a meteor. He wasn't quite somebody that stayed.
Not at all.
But, Lou Gehrig once came up and did a pretty good job replacing a guy that everybody remembers named Wally Pipp.
Yeah, it's Wally Pipp, right.
Like, it's something in Yankee history, though, that does happen. So I'm wondering, do we, I really want to watch, because if you're Spencer Jones, your Yankee future is right now. Well, whether or not you're going to become a Yankee long term is right here in front of you. Can he take advantage of it?
Understood. But it's an opportunity for Jones. It's an opportunity for Dominguez. Other guys are going to have to step up. And I'm sure the Yankees will feel like they're going to have to make a deal. But people have to understand, there is no one you could trade for. There is no one you can call up that can replicate what Aaron Judge can give you.
Not at all.
And so that is why it's a loss. But I think it's one they can overcome. The American League is not strong. They've got Bellinger. They've got Rice, who's playing unbelievable. We're a week away from Stanton coming back. And if they get to the postseason, even without Judge, Stanton does well in the postseason.
Yes.
Like, so this is not 2023 where you're going to finish 500 and be dead.
Yeah.
I think they can overcome
out in
it.
the outfield. He wasn't so terrible.
No, they have this is a good baseball
and
team.
Volpe's been very interesting, too. With Volpe, being very capable, kind of finding himself again at the plate, the options now become a little more available to Aaron Boone. And I just say, this team used to win because they hit for power and could score a lot of runs. This year, especially with your biggest offensive weapon out, this could be the year where they win because they shut you down.
Right. And that's why I think there's a good team, and they will survive it as far as, a chance to get into the playoffs, still win this division, and maybe make a run in the playoffs. But if they want to lift that, get that championship, they're going to need Judge to be right, and we'll see if and when that's going to be the case. So if you want to talk about that, that's certainly on the table as well. 1-800-919-3776. But it is Game 2 in San Antonio. Knicks are up 1-0. And as you heard Alan say before we went to break, there's never been a team to win the NBA title after losing the first 2 games at home. So the Spurs would literally have to make history if they lose the game tonight. That's how close this is. If the Knicks are able to win this game and take a 2-0 series lead, it would take history for the Knicks not to win the title. That's how close this is. You can taste it. They're 3 away. A win would be 2 away. Coming home Monday, boy, that would really be something. 1-800-919-3776. Quincy in Hillsborough. You start the 5 o'clock hour here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Gentlemen, what is going on? Hope you're having a happy Friday.
So
far,
absolutely.
You're going to go watch the game at Fatso Fogarty's? Fatso. At why am I? Well, now I'm vegging on the name of the restaurant in Hillsborough. What's the matter with me? You know what I'm talking about.
I gotta be.
I can't think of it now.
don't.
That's a bad job out of me.
Old Man Rafferty's.
Old Man Rafferty's. Thank you. You watching it, Old Man Rafferty's?
That's it. No, I got to stay with the kids, man. Next time you're at Old Man, I hope I catch you and get you a drink.
There you go.
Nice.
But Don Breen is a class act. I guarantee you he's forgiven you. He hasn't forgotten, but he's forgiven you on that flip of 32-33 with Patrick Ewing, that's for sure. Hahn, you asked for a prediction. I think OG is going to get a huge block on Wemby tonight, and it is going to take all or any momentum that the Spurs have, and it is just going to shut them down. I was trying to call you guys Wednesday to let you guys know I really think the Knicks could sweep. I really feel confident that this will not go past 5 games.
Wow.
If they win tonight, like you guys said, it would take history for the Spurs to actually win the series. The Knicks have been playing way too good of basketball. Even in the previous series, you could say with the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell, you can say the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, and you can definitely say with the Spurs, Wemby. These other teams have had the better player. The Knicks are the better team. They're too well-rounded. Defensively, they can help their offense, and if they're clicking on offense, they're really, really hard to stop. I really, truly think that they can sweep this young team in the Spurs, and it's going to be bedlam at the Garden.
I can't even imagine it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the confidence. I do want to, though, it's funny what he just said, and it just becomes this thing. Sixers had the better player in Maxey. Cavs had the better player in Donovan. Now the Spurs have the better player in Wembanyama. Are we that sure?
No, not anymore.
Not
not
are we
anymore.
that sure?
No, you're a hater now.
That we
if you're
just
not
keep
acknowledging
doing this, that every series they have the better player. Do they, though? Because will it take him holding the Larry O'Brien for people to stop doing this?
Well, that's what it's
Brunson,
unfortunate, but that's what's in it.
I use this line. It's a line that they use a lot on social media, and I think it's a really great line to say, and I used it on Get Up the other morning. And I said, everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson.
Right.
And that's really what's going on here. But yet we still do this. Well, he's not the best player in the series. Are we sure? Because he did look like it in Game 1.
Say whatever you want.
But no, I'm not saying that I'm mad about it. But I'm saying it just, at some point, it doesn't become true anymore. And that's what I'm wondering. Did you also see, as a hockey guy, you'll love this. So ABC, ESPN does their sit-downs with all the players before the finals. The Larry O'Brien is in the room, and it's usually right next to the player as they're talking. Brunson wouldn't do any interviews near the trophy. Get it out of the room.
I love that.
He said, I don't even want to be in the room with it.
I thought about it.
And that's a lot of players don't think. They just sit down next to it. They look at it. Sometimes they'll hold it. I remember promos where players are holding the trophy and looking at it. He won't even touch it. He won't even be in the room with it.
One of the times.
What do you think of that?
I love it. But one of the times during Game 1, I don't know, it was coming in and out of break. There's a graphic. They show Wemby. And they were showing Cat.
Yeah.
And they're both hugging
the trophy. Yeah.
I don't know if that's AI or whether they actually did take pictures holding the trophy.
Now, in the past, I remember seeing those promos where a player's holding it, looking at it, smiling, as if like they're saying this is something that you want, right? Like it's something people covet, and you're looking at it like, I want to have you one day. And so I don't know if it's AI, although I guess ABC admitted they did use some AI photos, like as promos also from past games where they took a photo and made it come to life and used it as AI. But I don't know if those were, because I have seen that in the past. But the fact that Brunson just refused, like no, we're going to do this. You're gonna hold the trophy. No, I'm not. I'm not touching it. I don't want any pictures of me with that trophy in my hand until Adam hands it to me.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's it. And I think it just shows you how, like, the video of him that ABC caught as the game ended, he did his walk-off with Lisa, and then he went down the tunnel. Did you see the look on his face?
Yeah.
He looked like a stone-cold killer. He just won Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and the look on his face was as if he was ready what's the next like, he's so locked in right now.
I think it's so easy, especially in this sport, where to be content with being the man and being the star, that they're dedicated. They want the championship. That is the most important thing. It's not about anything else but that. It's not about being a superstar.
Right.
It's not about anything else but that. And I think that's listen, it doesn't – you still got to be good. You still got to go out and you got to execute. But,
of course.
You know, and listen, I love to talk about a sweep and all. You don't have to sweep to win the championship here, okay?
No.
And I'll be interested to see if there is a loss in their future. Obviously, it's not going to matter other than not getting the chance to clinch at home if it's a gentleman's sweep, right? But I was telling you off the air, the only time I saw, cause you were talking off the air with Steve about the math of, if they win tonight, they may get 13 straight wins. In order for them not to win the title, you'd have to go from 13 straight wins to like literally dropping 4 of the next 5.
Yeah.
And how can that happen? The only time I could think of off the top of my head is coming out of the lockout, the 05-06 Devils. They won the last 11 games in the regular season and swept the Rangers in the first round. So they went into the second round against Carolina with a 15-game winning streak. They lost that series in 5. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they were down 3-0 and won game 4. So you went from winning 15 straight games to losing 3 straight and then losing one of the next 2. Like,
that's one of those, as fast as it happens, it can end, and that's
it's matchups, right?
But wouldn't you also think that's the urgency that, like, because sometimes a winning streak will give you complacency, and early in the playoffs you might not yet be as like, hey, we're right here. That's why I think the Knicks are dangerous with this streak now, because they've gotten this far. You can't be you could in the second round you could be complacent because it's still the second round. It's early. You don't let a loss bother you. When you get this far and you're that close, I can't imagine any of that sets in. I think it almost galvanizes you even more to feel like, guys, we're 3 more. I think we can do 3 more, right?
Yeah.
I do think it almost galvanizes you even more when you get this close. If this was early in the playoffs, and like you said, you finish the season on a run, and then you start the playoffs on a run, there could be a moment in the second round where it's just like, we had a bad game. I wasn't feeling it. Like, whatever it is. But when you're like, it's June, it's 93 degrees, we're on this run, and we're that, I can almost touch it. We're that close to it. It's in the other room.
Yeah.
The trophy's in the other room. I don't know how there's any type of a fallback into bad habits to where you string together losses. That's why you were shocked at me about how confident I was in that Cavs series. I know you were.
Yeah.
And I said to you, they won game 1. I said, they're winning the series easy. And then
you were right.
I said the series was over. Then came into this series, and everybody's always like, how do you feel? How do you feel? I said, no. It's not, I don't even care who they play. Whoever is in front of them, it's not going to matter because they look like a team that just is on. They're on a mission right now.
They are.
And they're so close to completing it.
I'm going to tell you how much the Knicks in the finals matters to the nation.
Okay.
More your calls at 1-800-919-3776. It's Hahn and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock in our coverage of Game 2 next on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open. Right corner. Three-pointer. It's good. Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer. 1:50 to go. They're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits. Sloman's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Sloman's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply. Big events are bringing more riders across the region. So if you're taking New Jersey Transit for everyday trips, plan ahead. Check schedules, allow extra time, and consider traveling outside of peak hours when you can. New Jersey Transit is running additional service to help keep everyone moving. But a little planning goes a long way. Stay aware, be courteous, and ride smart. New Jersey Transit, keeping your day on track. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? Did you know that driving under the influence isn't just limited to drinking alcohol? Cannabis, prescription drugs, and street drugs can all impair your ability to think and react behind the wheel. Drugs alone or combined with alcohol can cause poor coordination and lack of focus. Don't put your life on the line or take someone else's away. Cabs, rideshare, or public transportation are at your fingertips. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to make a safe choice. Always drive sober.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Kristen North.
Good evening, guys. The Hutch is tied up in the Bronx southbound approaching Bruckner Boulevard, but an earlier crash has been cleared. We're also good to go now on the Bronx River Parkway southbound at 177th Street. Crash there has been cleared. Cross Bronx is jammed southbound from the Bruckner interchange out toward the GW Bridge. And don't forget, we're getting busy now on the Deegan in both directions right by Yankee Stadium. Tonight it's the Yanks versus the Boston Red Sox at 7 p.m. Checking our crossings inbound upstairs at the GW Bridge, it's going to be about a 20-minute delay. Lower deck is 15 to 20. Outbound, we're heavy across both decks. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP. I'm Kristen North for 880 ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Hey, everybody in New York, every block is a business. Every minute counts. Amazon Hub Delivery lets you earn extra revenue from business you already run. You and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you. It's a smart way to keep your hustle going, bring in more revenue, more visibility, and staying connected to the community you serve every day. Here's an example. Christine's an owner of All Breed Cat and Dog Grooming in Verona, New Jersey. She loves the flexibility of Amazon Hub Delivery. She takes grooming appointments in the morning, then delivers packages in the afternoon around her business's schedule. And getting started, it's easy. No delivery experience, no long-term contracts, and no startup cost. New York local businesses. Ready to make your next move? Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery. Businesses is not easy to say.
No, it's not. Businesses, especially when you're in front of a huge crowd here at Stout, getting ready for Game 2 tonight. Our coverage will begin with Pat O'Keefe at 7 o'clock. So ESPN PR sent this out. We have the rating for Game 1.
Ratings, okay.
I don't know if you saw this.
No, I did not. Very curious.
So what do you think the number was as far as how many people watched Game 1 on Wednesday?
We're going to peak at like, what, 12? 10? Did we get to 10?
Oh, you got to 10. The average viewership was 16.93.
Oh, wow.
The peak was 19.62.
Really? 19?
So
for a game one?
But it's Knicks and Spurs. It's
All
Wemby, and it's the Knicks,
That's
right?
right, yep.
But here's what shocked me. Now, we know last year was kind of a dud as far as the matchup was concerned. Great series between the Pacers and the Thunder. Went 7. But coming off everything like Pacers, when everybody thought it was going to be the Knicks, and the Thunder hadn't won a championship yet, 2 small markets. What do you think the percentage was better than Game 1 last year? How much higher? Give me a percentage.
Game 1, Thunder Pacers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be a solid 40% better.
40% higher? How about 90%
What?
higher? 90% year to year. 90%. Now, I'm thinking like,
Hang on
all right,
a second.
so
I'm not that good at math, so help me out with what that Game 1 number would have been then.
Well, so basically you're looking at 10% of 17.
Yeah.
Puts you at like 1.7.
Stop it. That's
right?
what, I can't believe that.
Now, here's what blows me away. We got the numbers for Game 1, Golden Knights Hurricanes.
That was a good number.
4.8 for hockey.
Excellent.
Is amazing. It's been in 2 small markets, right?
And it's Carolina, right? And obviously Vegas.
And obviously they're getting the bump from the Olympics, right? So if you got like a Rangers-Blackhawks final, you would get, 3 times that?
And it was on ABC last year?
On ABC last year was on TNT.
There you go. I think it's the power of ABC,
no,
man.
but what I'm saying is that ABC got 4.8, right?
Yeah.
So that means it would have doubled, more than doubled.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
Pacers
Game 1.
and
Right.
Thunder would have done.
Yeah.
Which
is wild.
There's a lot of people watching sports, man, but I just saw that. That's the power of the Knicks and Wemby.
Yes. Oh, he's an attraction. There's no question. I
sure.
love watching him play.
But
that's why tonight I think he's such a competitor. It's going to be real interesting to see how he plays tonight and what he brings. But those numbers, the Game 1 numbers, what do you think Game 3 could do then? Because it's at the Garden. And so people are going to just be curious. And don't you think you're drawn to Monday night at the Garden? Tonight, because it's a Friday night, might do a good number too if you think about it. But if you got 19 peak, 16 average for Game 1 on a Wednesday, what do you think you're going to get either on a Friday night or what do you think you're going to get Game 3 on a Monday night where you know the game is in New York City at a place everybody knows the place is going to be bananas?
The number, I think Friday hurts just because I think that people are watching together. It's a Friday, like a weekend.
All right.
But if you get this series 1-1, coming back to the Garden for a Game 3, and as this series goes on, the numbers should get only bigger, right?
All right.
You're talking about some incredible numbers, and it's the highest rated Game 1 since 2018.
The 2018 was... The 2019 was Golden State, right? And 2018 was the other Golden State win, right?
Yeah, so this is Golden State. So you're talking about LeBron James, for God's sakes. And Curry.
Yeah, that's right.
Curry
That's
LeBron
what that was.
James.
That was
playing
Curry and
each other.
LeBron James.
So, pretty incredible numbers for both the hockey and the basketball.
That was the
all
second
things
title
considered.
for the Warriors.
All good for a coming in. This is the time to ask for a raise, right? Because all these games are on ABC, Disney.
I'll go after you go, Don.
Well, I'll just say, listen, you guys must be making some money. Look at all the people that are watching these games.
Yep. It's good for business. I'll always like to say that. When everybody talks about how, the media, they only like it when a team loses. Wrong. Winning is good for business.
Well, yeah, but especially at this level, and especially since it's been 53 years since the Knicks won. So let's hear from you.
Yep.
ENN with Anthony Pusic's coming up at 6 o'clock. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go back to the busy phones. Talk to Steve in California. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
Hey, guys. Again, always a pleasure to be able to speak with you. These are exciting times.
Yes.
You asked us to come with something specific, Alan.
Yep.
And so after listening to Novocaine, I actually changed what I was going to say. I felt that in Game 1 that Pop really defended Wembanyama really well, and that the Knicks would go to that. But when Steve said that he thought that they would attack him and look to get fouls on him, that I would look to throw everybody on him. I would mix it up not let them know what they're facing defense-wise. And the other thing Steve said was that the Knicks just have to be themselves.
Yeah.
And the way Mike Brown has coached them, that means anything they need to be. Just like he said they don't want to be, But that's who they are. If they need somebody to take advantage of this matchup, that's what they're going to do. If they need to play this style, and they're going to look to find whatever flaws there are, regardless of who's on the court. It doesn't matter. Even if they lose tonight, it won't be because they're not prepared. It's because they missed shots or made shots the other way. The Knicks are the better team here, and it's not about the better player. Brunson is a better captain because he is willing to do whatever it takes and has shown that. And when you're at that championship level, it's really important to do that. But that team has been together now for a couple of years, and they understand the once-in-a-lifetime possibly opportunity that they have. The other thing I thought of is that they use the rim to protect themselves. If Wemby is inside, I've noticed they've tried to lure him one way and then go to the other so that they use the rim and put it up from the other side of the rim, trying to use that to protect themselves inside.
Yeah, it does feel, Steve, like they're the better team. Now, obviously, we've got a lot of series left to prove that and to see that. But I think the player, this is all the stuff that we talk about. We always joke about touching the money. The Knicks have the right attitude. All they're thinking about is tonight. They're not thinking about what the Garden's going to be like in Game 3, or at least they shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. They're just judging by what they say and the look in their eye. They're focused on the game. And I think the Knicks have a chance to play better than they did in Game 1. But I also think the Spurs are going to play a lot better than they did.
Expect them to.
And we get into, and I always hate these conversations, who wants it better, who needs it more.
Everybody wants
it, everybody needs it. But the Spurs have to have desperation because I'm sure they know the history they're up against if they lose the game tonight.
That's exactly.
And they haven't lost back-to-back games. And the first thing Wemby said after they lost Game 1 is, hey, we won Game 1 against the Thunder. They won the next two. So they're very much aware of what Game 1 means, but also what it doesn't mean, because the next game could just change everything. And they were all of a sudden the high of winning Game 1 against the Thunder, and then all of a sudden they're down 2-1, right? And had to come back from a 3-2 down in the series. So nothing's promised to anybody now.
Of course not. No. But it is something about a young team and a veteran team that knows it's on the verge, right? I think that's also part of this too. Is a young team both teams are going to be desperate or urgency and all those words that we're going to use. But with the Spurs, they don't like the one part of it. I think that I'm really curious to watch is when you say desperate. How could you be more desperate than a team of guys who are 28, 29, and 30, who've been through some wars and know, like, man, this is as close as we've ever been.
Yeah.
Versus a young team that is sort of like still at the beginning. I mean, they got a bunch of 22, 23-year-olds on this team. Their best players. Dylan Harper's 20. The youngest player in NBA Finals history to score 15 or more points in a game. That's what he is. And Castle's 21, 22.
Yeah.
Wemby's 22. These are young guys who are like just still figuring it out. So they might be desperate because they want to win, but there's a different desperation when you're a team that has the older guys who are like, well, we might never be this close again. So that's what I'm looking at. It's an amazing – think about it, though. It's an amazing contrast is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's to me, it's the father fighting for his family versus the single 20-year-old who's just – he's in it.
I know.
It's totally different.
But you just have to look at the NBA recently. We're cut from the cloth of, it's the same teams every year. Well,
every year it's somebody different.
Whoever wins this championship, 8 straight years, it's almost a decade since the last time we've had a repeat champion. The defending champions, the Thunder, didn't even make it to the final.
Well, they broke down.
Denver one and done. Milwaukee won. These are some of the best players in the league, one and done. Like, it can change in an eye blink.
It's so true.
The way the NBA is going right now is that next year, as good as you feel about the Knicks and the Spurs right now, it could be two completely different teams next year. And you never know what injuries are going to happen or what next great player is going to come in. Like, I know when you're young you think you're going to make it every year, but I think there's been enough recent evidence to tell you
you're not.
That you better strike while the iron's hot, man, because tomorrow is not promised to anybody in this league.
I'll tell you this. If the Knicks win this, do you know who will be the odds-on favorite to win the championship next year? Because the first thing they do is do the odds for the next champion. It's an easy pick for the leader going into the summer of next year's championship?
What's that?
The Spurs.
Yeah, because you lost the year before. Yeah, probably.
Think about it. Because they're young. They got here already. Now they know the journey. And their mission will be to win it again next year. They've already proven that they can beat the Thunder. And the Thunder, Thunder might be the second. It might go like this. You might do, and a lot of Knicks fans will be mad. We just won the title. Why aren't we the favorites to win it next year? Because you'll put Spurs, Thunder, then maybe you'll put the Knicks third when it comes to the odds to win a championship. And again, this is all if the Knicks win. But it just shows you that's what the Spurs are. The Spurs don't feel like just a right now team. They feel like a for a while team. The Knicks feel like the right now team. That's why I think the desperations are different.
But there's a guy in Milwaukee right now that I'm sure still wants out. What if Giannis ends up in Oklahoma City?
Well, that trade has to happen.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you don't know. Like, we had it all figured out, right? That it was going to be the Knicks were going to go to the final and they were going to be the 1 seed. And all of a sudden Detroit comes out of nowhere, has a great season.
Didn't even know, right?
What's Boston going to do? Even if Boston doesn't do anything, they've got a full season of a healthy Tatum.
Yep.
Right? And Brown's there, and now they become a legit threat.
Yeah.
What's Orlando? Is Orlando going to be the Detroit where all of a sudden they now figure it out, and now they come out of nowhere?
But everybody you're telling me is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. I'm talking about what Vegas will do.
I know.
The moment the trophy's raised and they're like, okay, next year, the 27 champion odds, we're going to put them out right now. The Spurs are a lock to beat that team at number 1. And then if a Giannis trade happens at the draft and then OKC gets him, let's say, all right, well, maybe OKC then jumps over him at that point.
Because there is a formula. There is a formula to what they do, right? But, Vegas isn't looking very good right now because they had the Knicks going to the finals or tied with Cleveland because of what was perceived to be the easy path in the East.
Yeah.
But nobody saw this Knicks train coming. Nobody saw it.
Right.
But
last year when the Thunder won, they were the odds-on favorite to repeat, to win the championship again. The very first thing that was done right after the trophy was handed out, the next day, odds for the 26th championship, the Thunder had the shortest odds. So it's always like the team that you perceive to be, they're ready to do. And you thought the Thunder might win a couple here, but the Spurs feel like that regardless of what happens in this finals, they will be the favorite to win the title next year because just look where they are. They're already here, and they're going to have the experience of it.
The Thunder were the favorites right up until they lost Game 7 against the Spurs. It looked pretty good when they were up 3-2. And everybody and their mother was saying, well, it doesn't matter who comes out of the East. They're going to get beat by whoever is in the West, whether it's Oklahoma City, whether it's San Antonio, whether it's Denver. Doesn't matter. Well, you know what? It's starting to matter now. It's starting to change. Again, Vegas not looking that great. You want to go to Keith?
Yeah.
Let's go to Keith in South Jersey. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Keith?
So I'm a big listener to the show. I listen pretty much all the shows, from start to finish, from 6 until you guys end up in my office. And I've heard a lot of talk back and forth between all of you guys about, well, is this the best Knicks team you've ever seen? I got a little bit different perspective because I'm 66 years old. And I saw that. I was 9 years old when I was 9 years old when they won the first one.
Yeah.
And I was 12 years old when they won the second one. And I didn't think I could ever see a better team, like the word team, than the 69 team. And people don't realize the 72 team was a lot different because they had Monroe then, and they had Jerry Lucas, and Willis was kind of banged up. So those two teams were great. But this 12-game run, I don't think I've ever seen a Knicks team that has looked like this. And that includes this, the 69 team.
Wow. See, 73, and I obviously didn't see it, but 73 is the team I hold to that standard of that team was just an elite team. It's 7 Hall of Famers on it, Donnie.
Yeah.
They lost game 1 of the finals and then swept the next 4. And that was a 68 team. That was a great Laker team. And in the conference finals, they beat a 68-win Celtic team. They won Game 7 at Boston Garden. Nobody had ever done that before. So that's how good that team was. And their offense was that was a symphony when it comes to ball movement, passing, shooting, all of it. They were an elite team. And I always hold them in the highest regard. When everybody says, what's the best Knicks team in franchise history? That one, 73 team. The fact that Clyde told us that when he watches the current team, he sees similarities to that 73 team, and he holds them in that same standard of they're just like us. He does not do that. He's very proud of his history and all that stuff. He doesn't throw around compliments like that. So the fact that he said that tells me they're right there. But I would not put them above 73 until at least they've got the trophy in their hand.
Yeah, they've got to get the trophy before you could be in the conversation with teams that did win the chip.
Got to have that.
1-800-919-3776 calls. Anthony Pusick with ENN at 6. Then we'll take you right up till 7 o'clock, and Pat O'Keefe getting you ready for Game 2. Spurs, Knicks. Don Hahn and Rosenberg live from Stout, 35th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer, it's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer, 1:50 to go, they're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engines, so when you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your Frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to in-back credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/3026.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Even the most pessimistic of Knicks fans cannot sit here today like, you played phenomenal basketball. Almost to a man, everyone is playing the best version of who they're able to be.
And they played so well. They're in the midst of that special time. It's a real thing. That's a real feeling.
It's amazing.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This June, don't miss our midweek Money Rush drawing and your chance to win your share of $50,000. Be here on Wednesday, June 10th and 24th from 3 till 6 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to win $5,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., one winner will take home $5,000 cash plus any unclaimed cash from the previous drawings. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Programming alert. Today's Mets Padres game can be heard on 1050 ESPN at 9 p.m. Game 2 of the NBA Finals can be heard on 880 ESPN New York at 7 p.m. And all games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app.
Alan just told me something that kind of blew my mind with the draft and the Dallas Mavericks. What you said about the Mavericks.
I thought you were going to say it.
It's your point.
This is why when people talk so much about coveting draft picks and how important they are and all that stuff, if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, it's tough to watch this finals because you drafted in the same year Luka Doncic, and then in the second round took Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And neither one of them are on your team anymore.
No.
And it was wild because the two of them together as teammates got you to the Western Conference Finals back in 2022, right? Because that's the year before Brunson left. Like, you got to the Western Conference Finals. Think about that. With those two guys.
Yeah.
And a year later, Luka did get you to the conference finals. He ended up losing the NBA Finals. He lost to the Celtics. But it's just wild how you could have two guys that should be cornerstones forever, and one guy you didn't know what you had, didn't want to pay him, and then he walked. Now he's one of the best players in the league. And the other guy, you traded unceremoniously, and now he's somebody else's cornerstone. And now you have your own cornerstone somehow by getting the number one pick in Cooper Flagg, but you're starting all over again now in this process.
You did. You started all over again.
You need a new head coach. But it's just an amazing thing. This whole thought that you draft well, you're just going to be great. You never know. You just never know with some of these what's going to happen and how it can end up. Patience is one thing with draft picks, but just knowing what you have.
And being patient and waiting for it all to come together. I mean, obviously they took Brunson in the second round, so they didn't obviously think he was going to be
he was National
the next
Player of the
superstar.
Year, huh?
But they didn't. Then they would have taken him in the first round, or somebody would have taken him in the first round. But he lasted till in the second round.
Yeah, he was 6'2" with short arms. They didn't think he was going to be a good NBA player.
Because what you're asking, like scouts will tell you, there's certain things they're looking for. Are you tall enough? Are you fast enough? In baseball, if you're a pitcher, do you throw 90+ miles per hour? Completely discounting the guy that's savvy and can figure out the strike zone and the quadrants, as Al Leiter used to talk about. No. Does he throw hard? Does he hit the home runs? Does he score goals? The intangibles. You think a guy like Martin St. Louis, undrafted, goes to the Hall of Fame. That's 7 rounds, man, of people saying he's too small to play in the NHL. They never saw the intangibles.
Amazing.
Because they're not paid to take those types of risks, right? So they want the guys that are big, they're strong, they're fast, they've got a 100-mile-per-hour shot or throw 95 miles per hour. Or that listen, Wemby's easy to draft, right? He's a unicorn.
I mean,
right?
That doesn't take skill to draft a guy like him.
In that movie where the guy that it's not the is it the rookie the guy that played the pitch for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, right? He was
no, that's the rookie.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Like
it's Dennis Quaid.
Right, and he threw 95 miles an hour. And I remember that in the movie, the scout goes, if I don't call my organization that I saw a guy that threw 95 miles per hour, I'll get fired.
Yeah.
Like because those are the boxes that you have to check.
Right.
but there's so many other intangibles of guys that were small that still got it done, or didn't throw hard that still got it done, but they get overlooked, and it takes somebody special to just. I don't think the Knicks knew what they had. I think the Knicks knew they had a really good player.
Yeah,
but I don't think they knew they had this.
Yeah, they knew they had a point guard. They were hoping that it would, what he showed in the playoffs could turn into something. They didn't know it was going to get to the level it did, and now it's amazing that 4 years later, that signing has turned into a leader that has helped you get to the NBA Finals. It's I keep saying it. They stopped star chasing. When they stopped star chasing, it's amazing how how all of a sudden everything elevated, right? It's just, but that's why you don't know with these things. Sometimes you stumble into something and realize, like, wait, okay, we hit on something, and you build on it, and now they've got something special going on.
Incredible.
But it is wild to watch it, to think to yourself, like, these guys were once teammates. They were once taken in the same draft, and now they're in separate teams.
Crazy.
And separate stories.
Absolutely crazy. Let's go to Ron in New Jersey. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hello?
What's up,
hey,
Ron?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, Don. I'm from Richfield Park, all right?
There you go. Love it.
Yeah. All right, so I called in about Alvarado, just his energy in game one. I felt like he played the whole game. He was all over the place. Cat fell down, boom, he was there to pick him up. Coach called timeout. He's on the floor right away, getting his teammates all riled up. I just felt like, he played a big part, even though he only played 10 minutes. And he played well when he was in there, but I just felt like he just gave the Knicks all the boost and all the, things he can give to route his team.
Ron, I loved his minutes. I really do. And I loved his energy on the bench when he wasn't playing. He did a lot of coaching. He did a lot of encouraging. He was good in the huddles. All the little things. You talk about, here's another great example. You talk about finding players. So we talked to Bill yesterday, remember, the other day, about Gershon Yabusele, who the Knicks added thinking he was going to bring some serious front court depth for their bench, right? He was a good energy guy. He played in some big international games. They thought he'd be an impact player. He just didn't fit. It didn't work. They had to just do something with him. So they send him to Chicago for a guy named Dallin Terry, who they had no interest in keeping, and they flipped Terry to the Pelicans for Jose Alvarado. So you take something that didn't work. You take a piece that didn't fit and turn it into a piece that fit epically. From the day he walked in, Hart knew him. Brunson and the other guys, they all just suddenly embraced him because he had great energy. He's a guy from New York, a Brooklyn guy, playing for his hometown team. It meant something to him. It was real personal. And so his piece on this team is remarkable. And then he gets to the NBA Finals, and you see a guy, he's ready when he's called upon, and then when he's on the bench, his energy and his focus, and that's just, again, another example of him going, wait a minute, I was on one of the worst teams in the league. Yeah. I get traded here, and now I'm also in the NBA Finals. I'm this close. It's another example, though, of how you just kind of find something, and what was one man's trash, it's another man's treasure.
We're going to have the last call crew later on the 6 o'clock hour, but coming up next, it's ENN, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live from Stout on ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Knicks fans finals tickets are up for grabs. Head to Caesars Sportsbook at Monmouth Park tonight for an exclusive Knicks finals watch party with me, Chris Carlin, and Dan Grassa. Catch the game on wall-to-wall screens, meet Knicks legends, and score an official Knicks playoff t-shirt. Stay through halftime for your chance to win a pair of 100 level tickets to Game 3 at MSG. Open to Caesars Sportsbook customers only. Sign up now and bring your app for entry. Doors open 7 p.m. Space is limited. Visit Caesars.com/Knicks finals for details.
You must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
It's now time for ENN, brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC. Filling in for the vacationing Peter Rosenberg is our guy, Anthony Pusick.
And that's it. That's it. Peter's back next week. You get Peter back. All will be right with the world for ENN. How you doing, boys?
Oh, you kidding?
You suck, Pusick. Thank you, Peter.
Fired up.
I appreciate that.
So I just saw video.
Okay.
Outside.
Oh, yeah.
This establishment, Stout, 35th Street, 7th and 8th Avenue.
Old habits.
Right. The line to get in goes all the way down the sidewalk and around.
Well, shout out to everybody who came here. I saw some people here that have
Everybody
been here
got
since
here
3
early.
o'clock this afternoon.
Well done.
Shout out to everybody that's been here. Everybody's excited. We
That's
got
a good
game
plan.
2 of the NBA Finals. Knicks up 1-0 in San Antonio. A chance to go up 2-0. Who's got it better than that?
Nobody's got it better than us right now.
And this place is great. Shout out to Stout. They're always so great to us. Thank you for always giving us the place to do these shows.
We do need to find a door for the bathroom, though, because I'm just every time
the
I
door
turn
closes.
Nobody closes it.
It was closed when I walked in.
It's not closed.
I don't know who opened the door.
We're seeing way too much.
I don't think that's the case. You've been you have a.
It's right. I mean, it's right in my line of sight.
You got a bird's eye view. I can't.
Bird's eye is probably. Well, there we go. All right, somebody closed the door.
There you go,
my man. Thank you.
See, people can
There's
hear
some
us in
things
here.
we don't
How do you
need
like
to
that?
see.
Speaking of Fanatics Fest, I've mentioned it a couple times already, but Knick fans, you're going to love this. If you're going to Fanatics Fest Thursday, special edition of the Roommate Show live. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Aaron Judge live at Fanatics Fest. It's pretty cool.
That now suddenly becomes really big.
I'm going to keep promoting it until they tell us that it's not happening.
That becomes really big.
You do what you got to do.
What do you mean? No, he's going. Why can't he be? He got nothing else to do now.
He gave me the look.
He's got nothing else to do.
I'll believe it when I see it, but good
job.
Okay.
Now, I could get down upset with this. I should start with good evenings, but this could be fun anyway. Alan pointed out to me that there's a special appearance in San Antonio tonight. Do you know who is at the game, Don?
Yeah, I do know, and I'm disgusted. Have fun, guys.
It's Danhausen.
Yeah.
Danhausen is there.
Somebody's got to put a stop to it.
Keeping the curse alive. Let's start by saying, as we always do, good evening to myself and Don. Judge LaGreca, I need an official ruling from the fraud court.
Oh, you'll get it, because it's Friday. That's Fraud Alert Friday.
How about Don and Steve Novak?
I think we should bring him back. That's my vote.
What do I have to wear, though? I'm not hearing this again.
You won't hear it. It was just an observation.
Just an observation.
Not an observation.
No.
An observation.
That's a different show.
That's a different show.
Different show, different day. What about Alan and Don?
Thank you, Anthony. Brilliant take by you.
No, it's not a brilliant tape.
Now, what?
Wow.
Now,
I
Don,
thought it was.
why was it not a brilliant take?
I don't even remember what we were talking about. That was like 3 hours ago if it was a day.
I'll tell you. Good evening, Don.
If it was a day.
He is a big believer. I happen to know this about Elmo.
Oh.
In participation trophies.
Oh, okay. It was
about Elmo.
It was
Right.
about Elmo, and even by the way, everybody's going after it now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
The Department of, what was it? New York City Department of Sanitation went after Elmo.
Yep, they went after him too.
Oscar's gonna get evicted.
Elmo has no
That's
idea
what's
what's
gonna
going
happen.
on. Elmo's just a really nice kid.
Yeah, toddler even.
That doesn't care about wins and losses.
No.
Just wants everybody to be happy, and you're going after him.
We all could.
It'd be fraudulent of him if he didn't care and all of a sudden started caring because everybody's coming down on him.
We all could afford.
Stand your ground, Elmo.
We all could afford to think a little more like Elmo. How about a good evening to Alan?
You know
Not
who
a
is a
fraud.
fan? Big Bird. He gets it.
Big Bird gets it apparently.
Yeah.
No
You know
clean-
why? Because he's 7 feet tall. He loves basketball.
You know what I've learned? No clean days for you boys today.
Oh.
A good evening, Alan.
You know who else? Oscar. You know the Grouch lives in the garbage can. He gets it.
He gets it.
That was clean.
Yeah.
I'm just the fact that we have drops.
The fact that I
When
said,
I'm in there, I lay out. I just like I don't
the
know
fact
if you
that I'm
guys
going
have
through
any
all the 70s characters from Sesame Street. I don't know any of the new ones.
couple more here, by the way.
Oh,
good evening to Alan.
Did I got to sit in this garbage all day? No. I need the Knicks to win.
And good evening, Alan, one more time.
He gets it. I got to sit in this garbage all day? No. I need the Knicks to win. The
Right,
Spurs
well,
win. I'm still stuck in this
And
garbage.
Harvey has upped the work ethic back at the studio, I think.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that all of a sudden we have more drops than we know what to do with.
Is this from the Franklin comment? Is
Shots,
this,
yeah, this is
have we-
shots fired.
Yesterday we had nothing.
Can't get over
We had
it.
a cold shoulder kind of situation.
Yeah, you can feel
We had
it.
Richard yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Did you see what he did?
I saw it.
Oh, yeah. I think you're in trouble.
I didn't know.
You're in timeout
Actually,
right now.
since they closed the door of the bathroom, we're not seeing it anymore.
You can always.
The door's open again. Do we not close the door?
Jacob, just hover over the button, okay? You
Jeez.
can, as we know, you could say anything once.
The bathroom door does not close for some reason.
Well, you guys
Just
mentioned
leave it open.
Aaron Judge was diagnosed with a fractured rib, and is expected to be out at least 4 to 6 weeks. That's when he's going to be reevaluated.
Right.
Reevaluated.
It could be
not
longer
out
than
for
that.
4 to 6. He's reevaluated in 4 to 6.
It's always concerning when you see the press release and it says, we'll return at some point. That could mean anything. Mitchell Robinson was scheduled to return at some point when he broke his pinky and he didn't miss a game. This doesn't seem the case for Aaron Judge. Aaron Boone spoke before tonight's game against the Red Sox. Is there a scenario, Aaron, that Judge doesn't return this season?
Well, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, so there's always a scenario. The expectation is that he will be and that this will heal, and then we'll go from there.
It could all be over. We could.
None of us.
We may not make it out of this.
You don't
out of this bar
because
you don't know.
In defense
tomorrow
of Cashman and Boone and even Judge, they don't know how he's going to respond to the treatment and how it's going to heal. That's why Alan's right. 4 to 6 weeks they're going to evaluate and see where we are, and then they can come up with a timetable. So we haven't even reached the timetable yet.
No.
So rather than, because if Cashman were to say, well, we're hopeful by All-Star break, who gets destroyed if it's August 15th and he's not back yet? It's going to be Cashman. So don't even throw a date out that can get thrown back in your face.
You're right.
If you don't know, you don't know.
You know what? It's a good point because when and I know this because we did it. When you give it like 4 weeks, whatever it is you want to say, in the days leading up, it'll be like, all right, so is he going to this? He's gonna get checked out, right? Is he getting closer? That's always what you do, and as a team, now you got to answer it every time. And then when he doesn't, you say, oh. So he set a setback because you said he'd be ready on this day.
What about, look, we put out the notice yesterday. It's 4 to 6 weeks, then we're going to reevaluate. Obviously, we don't know everything yet. We hope that he's back, but we'll see, as opposed to, we're not promised tomorrow. Brian, you could be gone tomorrow. We have no idea.
None of us are
promised. Well, because what he's trying to do is give you an answer to a question that doesn't have an answer.
That's fair.
Because I don't know sounds ignorant, right? Oh, I don't know sounds like, so you try to dress it up by saying, instead of I don't know, hey, well, tomorrow's not promised anything.
Let's ask a man who's in the know.
Who?
Brian Cashman.
Oh, he don't know.
Why is there no set return timeline for Aaron Judge?
We're intentionally trying to not put out any guesstimate because that's what it would be as a guesstimate. We just have to let the thing heal, and then after that we can map out a runway. You really can't do anything from the waist up during the downtime. So we can let this thing heal. You can do some cardiovascular stuff on the waist down. That's not running. That's stationary bike.
That was 1 minute and 6 seconds. We only got through about 20.
What more could he have said there?
I don't know.
He already told us what we needed to know, which is we're not putting a timeline. And then he said, once he's healed, then we can map out the plan for return. Which, what does that tell you? Once it's healed, then we map it out.
Right.
It's not a Stanton situation where Boone has said forever, and Stanton, I believe, is still alive somewhere, that he's not going to need
evidence of
a rehab assignment because he's just going to hit.
Yeah.
We don't need him to go, can he swing the bat, which he's been doing anyway?
Judge literally can't do anything.
Right.
Baseball.
So he's going to need a ramp-up of some kind, even if he gets a game in Scranton or whatever. It's different with Stanton where it's like, hey, listen, he's been out, but as soon as he's ready to go, he's coming back.
Don't you think they should just have him play at Somerset just so you can get a game?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Wouldn't that be something?
I guarantee at some point, you hope.
You could pull strings.
During this recovery.
Can we go? If he has a game at Somerset, you and I are going.
Let's do a remote.
We're going to bail out on the show and go right to Somerset and watch.
Well, why can't we just do the show from Somerset?
Because then we can't watch.
Why?
What do you mean?
Doing a show.
Well, they play night games too down there.
What time's the game start?
7 something.
They usually, I think.
Guaranteed, the Mets will be on the West Coast or wherever the hell they'll play.
You know what? We're off.
We're off?
We're off.
Grassa, warm up the
Grassa, take the baton. You got it from here.
Oh, they would love to have us. I know people over there. They treat me very well.
They're fine people.
All right. I don't hate that idea at all.
Okay.
If Judge is going to play in a game, let's do it. I guarantee you John's already it's not worth it to us.
I'll tell you, I'll pay the engineer.
Wow, how do you like that?
I'll engineer. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll get Dina. Dina will do it.
Listen, I engineer every show
sure.
I've ever done
I'd love
from
to go
home.
to New Jersey in the middle of a week.
If there's one thing Dina will do, it's on the arm for us.
I don't want to take. I'm
not
not throwing anything negative at Paul or any of our other engineers. But every time I'm home or every time I'm at an arena, I'm engineering. Right?
Well,
I'm hooking the equipment up. I'm doing it.
No. There's somebody there that's got to make sure everything's working. The board's got 1 million buttons on it. You think I know what the hell I'm doing?
Did you see what happened yesterday during the show? An engineer could be helpful.
Very helpful. But if it keeps us from having a remote at Somerset, we might have to go pull some strings.
Now listen, Don's got the power over there.
I'm saying if it's on a Friday and I'm working from home, and then I'll do it from Somerset. It's just that you'd have to make a long trip, but I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Friday,
it's a nice.
But to watch Aaron Judge play in a small park like that'd be worth it.
Would you like to hear more Aaron Boone?
No.
Well, too bad. Did Judge playing through the injury make it worse?
It's tough to say. I mean, I noticed it getting worse by Sacramento. I noticed it.
No.
And that's what
you can't ask him questions he can't answer.
Honestly, there's only one. You'd have to have God come down and run the press conference, right? I mean, I understand you got a job to do, but you know what the answers are going to be.
So did he hurt himself more by playing through it?
I'd venture to guess that you shouldn't be playing baseball with a broken rib.
Right.
That's just my guess.
How did he know he had a broken rib?
I don't. Well, listen. He said he was in pain.
Yeah.
But like every athlete, I got to play through it. We already got G down. Max Fried's hurt.
Right.
Who am I to say, hey, I'm a little banged up. Let me not play.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming Judge. And once Boone saw that not only was his play effective, but he looked like he was in pain. He's like, hey, are you all right?
Yeah, who was the guy? What was it? What team was it? Buffalo, Tampa? Who's the guy that had no ACL? And he's like, my knee hurt, but I don't know. And then he got MRI and the season's over. Oh, blew out my ACL. No idea.
I can't think of
Flyers?
his name now.
It was somebody.
Yeah, Ristolainen. Was he
somebody
the no name?
They lost, and then the day after, he's like, yeah, actually, I blew out my ACL.
All right,
really?
let's get to some questions that we can answer.
All
Okay,
right,
God doesn't have to answer it.
How will Judge wipe himself during this interview?
Dude wipes. Brian Cashman, how will the Yankees?
Just a bidet. You don't even need it.
How will the Yankees weather the storm without Aaron?
That's part of the gig. Players, unfortunately, are available or unavailable at periods of time. Some players are better than others. Obviously, he's a significant player, but it takes a team. We got a lot of different guys, and some are going to have to step up.
You're not having a good
some will
day.
get new opportunities to show what they've got.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Nothing like a Brian Cashman press conference the day before Nick.
This is ambient.
This is news dump.
There was energy in the building. It's gone.
I'm a fan of Brian. I am, because there were times when in the infancy of this radio station where he would be a guy. I would do a night show. He'd come on and be a guest. And part of the reason for that is that he likes to talk.
He can go.
Won't tell you a thing, but he likes to talk.
Right.
He loves the sound of his voice.
All right. I'll give you. I'm not gonna go through the. Do you have enough?
I'm not killing
in the lineup
him.
without
It's just,
Judge.
there's nothing he can say.
I'm killing Anthony right now because he's
it's
he's
your fault.
He's
this is
firing
not good
these
audio.
cuts off, knowing each one
bad
irritates
audio.
me more than
Bad audio. Suddenly I miss Peter.
Annoying.
It takes a lot. That took a lot.
Now. Well, listen. He would have saw it all.
We'd still have 7 more hellos and drops to do.
He'd be telling you about his next vacation instead of playing the Judge.
We'd be still on Danhausen in San Antonio.
Well, we'd have Danhausen live. We still haven't had Danhausen live, by the way.
Oh, no.
I'm good.
I know you are. One more, Aaron Boone. Did you know Judge was injured before Sacramento?
No. I mean, I knew he was getting treatment. He's always Judgy doesn't come out much. So, and as I've talked to you guys, he's gotten so good over the years at playing through minor things. So guys are dealing with things all the time that didn't rise to the level of where I noticed something in Sacramento where I said something to him where I felt like at that point it was affecting him. I know in those couple games.
If he's telling the truth, then that's on Judge. Because if Judge in Texas dove after a ball and hurt himself
in April,
he's got to tell the team, listen, I think I'm all right, but let's keep an eye on this because that hurt when I dove.
Yeah.
And now it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. So for Boone to not know he's hurt,
but he also said he was getting treatment. So,
what are
you getting treatment?
Boone, to defend Aaron, guys are always getting treatment. What's going on? Nah, just a little sore. It's nothing. I'm telling you, Skip, it's nothing. I'm good. But if he keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and now we're in June and you can't play, and Boone is telling the truth, then that means Judge isn't telling
you that he's that much pain.
And as much as we love the machismo of that, that's not doing anybody any good.
Right.
Because maybe this could have been something that could have been taken care of earlier. And because you're hearing, I didn't say anything to anybody because we were going through injuries and I wanted to battle through it. I don't need you to battle through it.
No.
Man. I need you to get better.
Yeah.
But again, I can't kill him for it, but he's still wrong.
He's trying to do what's best. And how does he know that he's got a fractured rib? He might have thought
he's not going to know, no.
I got
something that's hurting me.
It's bothering me.
And it's getting worse.
Right.
I got to let somebody know that.
Well, maybe he finally said something, though. That's the thing. When it got bad enough, all right, now I got to say something.
Programming alert. Tonight's Mets-Padres game can be heard on 1050 ESPN. Why?
Yeah.
That's going to start at 9 p.m. You'll hear it on 1050. Why? Well, Game 2 of the finals between the Knicks and the Spurs can be heard on 880 ESPN New York. Tip-off 8:30. Pregame starting at 7. Expanded pregame show with Pat O'Keefe down in San Antonio. And all games, of course, can be streamed on the lovely ESPN New York app. The other final in the winter sports took place last night, Game 2, and it was quite the game.
This series, by the way.
How about Brett Howden, the one that got away?
We were just talking about it, right, Don?
Yeah.
Players that you don't know what you have.
Until it's gone.
Clearly the Rangers didn't know what they had in Brett Howden. He's a beast.
I forget the number.
No. That one goal, we just shed. Who was the guy who was climbing on him? He just sheds him and then, that was a hell of a goal.
I forget the number of players, maybe you know, that scored more goals in the playoffs than they had in the regular season. I think it's 5.
And it was Claude Lemieux three times?
Claude Lemieux did it 3 times. Scored more goals in the postseason than he did in the regular season.
That makes sense. I believe that's on brand.
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's money, man. He's got 13 goals. It's incredible. But the back and forth in overtime, now Carolina's 6-0 in overtime.
How did you feel about the challenge by Torts?
Now
you want to hear from Torts about why he challenged that play?
All right, but we got to give context.
First, give context.
I'm happy to.
Now, there's a goal that was waved off.
Yes.
All right. Now, everybody thought, including, me, it was waved off because it was under Anderson, the goaltender,
and the
for
whistle
Carolina, and the whistle blew.
Yeah.
Then we find out that Vegas is challenging for goaltender interference. Wait a minute. Why would they challenge goaltender interference? The only way you challenge goaltender interference is if there was a goal and then Carolina would challenge. But no, Vegas challenges goaltender interference because what they ended up telling us eventually, we didn't know it at the time.
Dave Jackson did a great job in the intermission of the third.
Is that the goal wasn't disallowed because they thought it was under Anderson and the whistle blew. The goal was actually disallowed because they believed there was goaltender interference on Vegas, and that's why the goal was waved off. So if you look at the overhead.
So Vegas was saying, no, there wasn't.
The Vegas was saying, no, this should be a clean goal.
Right.
But we're thinking while they're reviewing, it's like, wait a minute.
Why are they saying
I guess they're reviewing it because the
was
whistle
poorly
blew.
explained.
It was very poorly explained. But eventually we got to the bottom of it. If you look at the overhead, it does look like there was the goal there shouldn't have been goaltender interference. The goal should have been allowed. It was loose. They were poking at it to get the loose puck.
Yeah.
But they declared
it slipped under them.
They declared that it was indeed no goaltender interference. The goal should be disallowed. For the goaltender interference, which is so.
But what was the interference?
It was that a play that what the reason that
his
the puck
own
in their mind
teammates fell on him.
Well, exactly. So this is why John Tortorella felt so strongly about challenging, because he said, "Hey, look, there you go. How about that? That it was the reason that they were pushed in. That's why they were calling off the goal." So Torch goes, "Oh, there's no goaltender interference. I'm going to challenge. I'm going to win." He doesn't win the challenge. Carolina scores on the power play.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Mark Stone ties it up on a deflection, makes it 3-3.
90 seconds.
They lose in overtime anyway. Carolina was better from the third on for basically the entirety of that period.
9 minutes to go in the third on.
They were the better team, no question.
I haven't heard Torts.
But let's hear what Torts said about the disallowed goal and why he challenged it.
And he's right. If you look at the overhead, John Butchergross did a great job of tweeting out the overhead that goal should have stood. Now, the other thing that Torts has going for him is that Carolina was struggling on the power play. So it seems like a bad challenge. They said it was a bad challenge during the broadcast. Sean McDonough said it because they gave up the power play goal. But looking at it, I thought it was the right thing for him to challenge it. I would have had more of an opinion while the challenge was going on, I knew what the hell they were challenging. I was texting you guys like, what is going on here?
I think even Sean was confused because goaltender interference doesn't make any sense here.
Yeah,
because it's Vegas' goal.
That was the part.
And Dave Jackson needed to get confirmation from what was going on as well.
That was the part. I think it was just such a poor lack of communication when it comes to explaining what was being challenged and why, that everyone was confused.
So we heard from the Situation Room. Video review confirmed the call on the ice that Vegas' Ivan Barbashev interfered with Frederik Andersen and impaired his ability to play his position in the crease. So they're saying it was goaltender interference. They are saying that.
Right.
NHL Director of Officiating Steve Walcom confirmed those details to a Pool reporter, saying the ruling on the play was goaltender interference. He waved it off immediately. He believed that it was under the goalie, and the Vegas player went after the puck and interfered with the goalie and his ability to freeze the puck and waved it off.
But you see the overhead, the puck was still loose.
Torts clearly felt a different way. That's why
the problem is that to the official, once they lose sight of the puck, that's what they're going to go on. Is that they think that it's dead. The problem is, and this is what I would tell Torts, and I would tell this to Brindamore moving forward, don't challenge anything other than offside. Don't challenge a judgment call. They're not going to overturn the call on the ice. I don't have the stats in front of me, but just watching playoff hockey this year, it feels like they do not have an appetite to change it unless it's something that's really glaring. So unless you have complete 100% confidence in your kill, do not challenge it. They're most likely not going to overturn it. I would bet you're in the high 80s, low 90 percentile that they're not overturning the call based on what's happened in the postseason. Am I wrong?
No,
That's what it feels like.
I think you're right about that. And the judgment calls are always going to be one where whatever the call on the ice was, it has to be dramatically the opposite. And they're rarely going to take a judgment call by an official on the ice and turn it over in the situation room.
Right now, did it cross the line, offside? That's cut and dried. That's easy.
Right.
But if it's a judgment call, I'm telling you, that'll overturn it.
It really blew my
now,
mind.
Anybody that has followed along on this show and followed along on this run, we've talked about Danhausen, we've talked about a lot of things that
more than we should
have led to the Knicks' run of recent. Have not lost a game, of course, since the first round against the Atlanta Hawks. One of those reasons was Peter Rosenberg placing his $500 bets in some capacity on the Knicks. Now, he's in Italy. He got game one in before he left. I can confirm with certainty, and everybody has seen the bet slip, Peter Rosenberg does have 500 big ones on the Knicks tonight, plus 5.5.
It's plus 5.5? I thought I saw it somewhere at 6.5.
Well, when we had to bet it, it was 5.5.
So you bet it.
That's what Peter has, and that, my good friends, is ENN.
Wait, one last thing. One last thing.
Sure.
This is interesting.
Okay.
For those who, when it comes to the gambling part of this whole thing, the Spurs playoff record when Tony Brothers is officiating. 14-4 against the spread. 16-2 straight up.
All right.
The Knicks' playoff record under Tony Brothers, 2-8 against the spread. 3-7 straight up. Now I'm trying to figure out if this is like overall.
Or can't be just the playoffs,
can't be just
right?
this. It can't be. No. They're saying in the playoffs.
So,
but it can't
this
be
year or like over years.
Because again,
it has to be over years, right?
Right. Well, against the spread, I get because I believe during this run they didn't
Tony
cover
Brothers
once.
Hasn't, but Tony Brothers hasn't played 10.
No, he hasn't reffed that
10
many
games
of the games.
for
So
the Knicks.
Yeah, but it's still one of those interesting things to keep an eye on because the spread is 6.5.
I have a question for Alan when we come back.
Okay.
But I need to tell you that was ENN brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC. Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th. See Aaron Judge, LeBron James, Jalen Brunson, John Cena, and hundreds more at the world's largest sports fan festival. Tickets available now at fanaticsfest.com. That question plus your calls.
Yeah.
At 1-800-919-3776. It's the last call, crew.
Predictions for tonight. I want to hear them.
It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock, and then it's Pat O'Keefe for Game 2, Spurs-Knicks on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer. It's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer. 1:50 to go. They're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This June, don't miss our midweek Money Rush drawing and your chance to win your share of $50,000. Be here on Wednesday, June 10th and 24th from 3 till 6 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to win $5,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., one winner will take home $5,000 cash plus any unclaimed cash from the previous drawings. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS
know you can donate real estate too. Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
Yeah! Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Me too, Mommy.
You want a snack?
Yeah!
Got it?
Children learn from our behaviors.
Mommy, can you open this,
All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, here.
Thank you.
They learn what is okay from the adults they see.
Mommy, are you on your phone?
If you're a distracted driver, chances are they will be too. What kind of driver are you raising? Funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you have saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's Gusto.com. Gusto.com.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg take you up until 7 o'clock, and then Pat O'Keefe is going to handle the pregame. Knicks-Spurs Game 2. Knicks have won the first game, and they've got the 1-0 series lead. And no team has ever come back to win a NBA Finals series when dropping the first 2 games at home. So that's how close the Knicks might be to having to put the Spurs up against the brink of history. 1-800-919-3776. Close it out with the last call crew. But, Alan, I teased a question for you.
All right.
Listen, everybody outside of the Knicks and Spurs who just want to win the damn series want to see a long series, right? I mean, you see those
you want
numbers
to be entertained
from Game 1.
Yeah.
Nearly 17 million people watched Game 1. It behooves ABC. It behooves the NBA to see a classic 7-game series.
Yeah.
So the Knicks are down 1-0. Or Knicks are up 1-0.
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, coincidental that you've got a officiating crew in which the Knicks have not had a winning record with.
Well, it's against the spread.
Against the spread, and also not very good in wins either. So, like, that could feel like it's by design. Like, hey, we're choosing who's going to be officiating this crew. Let's make sure it's somebody that's, like, anti-Knicks so that we can get a best of a 1-1 series. But you know that not to be a fact.
Yeah. Just so anybody that wants to think that their funny business goes on here with all that stuff, the NBA put this crew in because they want the series extended. Before the finals begins is when they assign the officials to games. So I love like they call Scott Foster the extender,
right?
Because he's great at extending a series that might be on the verge. He doesn't know what the series is going to be. He just knows I'm doing Game 5 or I'm doing Game 6, right? So Tony Brothers and Josh Tiven and Tyler Ford, who are the officials tonight, they don't know that it's going to be 1-0 Knicks or 1-0 Spurs because all they know is we've got Game 2. That's it. So it isn't like somebody's not behind the scenes twisting their mustache going, all right, let's put in Tony because he'll wreck the whole thing. No, that's not what happens here. But it doesn't mean that the officials are aware of what happened in Game 1 and are aware of, how to work the game after what they witnessed, what they watched in Game 1. So there is a bit of a carryover that they might see things and say, we're not going to let that happen. Like we're going to officiate that differently than it was in Game 1. That does happen. So it is something to watch. But there isn't this thought of the NBA wants this season to go 6 games because, ESPN wants that. They want other revenue. Look at Game 1. Look at the viewership for Game 1. 90% better than last year. So you think they want a sweep? They don't want a sweep. Guys, that's not how it works. Keep this in mind.
Well,
Curry versus LeBron. You would want that to go 7, wouldn't you?
Right.
It did in 2016. It was amazing, right? LeBron finally won his championship, 3-1 comeback, all that stuff. LeBron also got swept by Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to control it. But the game-to-game officiating, because it's a different crew, will feel different. And at times we'll get this sense of one team being favored over the other. One last thing. The Tony Brothers thing that we talked about, how the Spurs are so successful apparently against the spread when Brothers is officiating. Ask Spurs fans how they feel about him and his crew, because he reffed Game 5 against the Thunder. In Game 5 against the Thunder, there were memes of people were creating AI pictures of Tony Brothers hugging Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or high-fiving him and things like that, because the officiating was so seemingly slanted towards the Thunder and Shai. I believe Shai had a ton of free throws in that game, especially in the fourth quarter. So don't fall into these things you find on social media and let it create this idea that there's some type of a machine working behind all this. These games are played on the court. They're not decided in any boardroom or any back room or any officiating room as well.
Yeah, because let's face it, nobody, I would think, at ABC were thrilled to see a Thunder Pacer final last year.
No.
So if the NBA could rig it, it wouldn't be 27 years between Knicks final appearances when you've got the number one market looking at these numbers.
Right.
And I think the Knicks are probably largely responsible for the number being as big as it is.
I'm sure.
All right?
Yeah.
I always hear it in the NHL. Well, up in Canada, always like, oh, they want an American team to win. And in America, it's like, oh, they want Canada to do well. Like, listen, I can tell you, coming out of the lockout, this is how I knew there were never any conspiracy theories in the NHL. Coming out of the lockout, in which they canceled an entire
season. No playoffs, no cup, no
Your
nothing.
Stanley Cup final coming out of one of the darkest ages in the history of the NHL was Edmonton,
Carolina, yeah.
And that was followed up after Edmonton,
and
Carolina.
Edmonton didn't have Connor McDavid.
No.
Edmonton with, Doug Waite and all them? Like, who was on those teams?
The
Edmonton team.
There was it Fernando Pisani was
Mike
on
Comrie
that team?
And all that,
Yeah,
right?
It was not your
there was no
your
stars
dad's
on
Edmonton
that. Yeah,
Oilers.
exactly.
Right, and then they followed that up, which was a great series, and it went 7. They followed that series up with Anaheim Ottawa. All right. Then it got a little juicy when you got Detroit, Pittsburgh a couple of years back to back, whatever. Believe me.
But that's a great
The
point.
Rangers wouldn't have gone 54 years between cups if they rigged it.
It's a great point.
So hey.
And by the way, after the Yankees miss out on 94, do you think MLB would want to see them get there in 95?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like so there's all kinds of things that we love the conspiracies. I'm all for them. We have fun with them all the time. But I read that because it was about betting. It was the spread, and I know Peter has put his money where his mouth is a lot of times with this Knicks team. And that's the only reason why. But I will say, though, officials do change the style and feel of a series from game to game. And that's why, to me, tonight, what I'm watching are the whistles. Not because if there's intent for one team over the other, it's what are you going to get away with? What are you going to be able to do defensively? And it might benefit the Knicks. Towns might get to the line a lot. Brunson might get to the line a lot. He didn't get to the line in game 1. So I want to see how the whistle is impacted in this game.
What I do think happens in sports, Alan, is, all right, guys, you let them play in game 1. Maybe we should tighten it up a little bit in game 2. Or I see this in the NHL a lot. It's like, you know what? I watched the end of the regular season, and you guys were letting a lot of stuff go with, cross checks or the interference calls or goaltender interference. we need to tighten that up a little bit to come playoff time. And then all of a sudden you'll see, like, the same thing get called a lot. Because I do think they kind of stand. And it's only human nature. If I tell Alan Hahn, you got to do this, you're going to be really anal about it the next time you got a chance to correct it, right?
Right.
I mean, that's logic.
Yeah.
But it's all human nature. There's nobody pulling any strings. As much as it feels like that sometimes, and you feel like they don't want the Knicks to win.
I'll tell you what, though.
The Spurs saying, they want the Knicks to win.
I'll tell you what, though. Because of what happened in Game 5 with Tony Brothers and the Thunder with the Spurs, if the Spurs don't get a good whistle tonight and the Knicks are the advantage of free throws and, whatever it is, that building will be on fire.
Yeah.
They'll be going after him hard. You got to think about that because he's coming off where that Game 5 allowed the Thunder to take the 3-2 series lead, and everybody thought that series was probably over at that point. And there was a lot of Spurs fans and a lot of San Antonio angst about the officiating that night. And if the next time they see him is in Game 2 of the Finals down 0-1, and he's not giving them a fair whistle, at least they don't feel that way, and they lose the game, that'll be a big story. Big story.
And I wonder because, like in the NHL, you're separated by glass, right? Baseball and football, there's a fair distance between where you are and where the crowd is.
Yeah.
In the NBA, they're right there.
Oh, man.
They're right there on you.
As Jalen found out in Game 1.
And you're going to hear it. So it probably would be just human nature for him to go in there and feel a way about it. I don't know.
I don't know. You never know. You never know. For those just joining us that might not have heard it earlier, though, the NBA investigation into those fans that were yelling at Brunson in Game 1, where Brunson was really having it out with them, those fans they were not season ticket holders of the Spurs, and the NBA said that they are banned from sitting courtside. They cannot, if they buy courtside seats, they're not allowed to sit there. So they'll have to sit somewhere else in the arena, but they can't sit near the court. So if they thought they were coming back for Game 2 to harass him even more, that's not going to happen. Hey, soccer fans, join us for a live broadcast presented by Milagro Tequila. It's all happening Friday, June 12th at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square on Long Island. Get there early, starting at 3 p.m. Grab a Milagrosa cocktail as we talk matchups and storylines while you get to be part of the live, passionate soccer atmosphere. Don't miss this special live event with us on Friday, June 12th. Is that next Friday?
Oh, yeah, it's a week from
next
today.
Friday to you and me at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square out on Long Island. All brought to you by Milagro Tequila.
Lot going on. Aaron Judge out for the foreseeable future. Knicks Game 2. World Cup. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
The US Open, Belmont's this weekend. Did you see in Saratoga all of the jockeys are wearing Knick jerseys?
Oh, that's right.
All wearing Knick jerseys.
And I had forgotten that Belmont's going to be in Saratoga.
Well, because they're renovating the track.
Yeah, so a lot of things happening. 1-800-919-3776. The last call crew. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live at Stout. Still time to swing by there, although there's a huge line. I shouldn't even say that because it is just absolutely crazy trying to get in here.
Well,
but that's where we are.
If you're here, come
we'll
upstairs.
be here next week as well when the Knicks return home. We'll tell you details about that coming up. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7. Then it's Pat O'Keefe with the extended Knicks pregame show. Knicks-Spurs right here on ESPN New York.
Who do you think will be wearing the ring at the end of the NBA Finals? Take your shot with FanDuel, and you might just be celebrating a victory of your very own. Right now, new customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel, the best place to bet all your favorite players during the NBA's biggest event. Play your game any way you want. Seek out individual player markets for baskets or rebounds, or build an epic same-game parlay for a chance at a bigger payout. It's up to you, and best of all with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Now, you know there's only one way I can bet in the finals, and that is with the New York Knicks, who I've been winning with all playoffs long. So you ready to play your game? Just visit FanDuel.com/local to join now to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. 21 and over, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. Minimum $5 wager required for 7 consecutive days. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The Knicks.
Brunson's open, right corner, three-pointer. It's good! Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks in front with a clutch three-pointer. A minute 50 to go. They're up by 2.
The Spurs.
They've won a 12th consecutive playoff game and have stolen Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
The Knicks are 3 wins away. NBA Finals Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engines. When you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your Frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to in-back credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/30/26.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Rick threw out the idea. I'm really dabbling with the idea of San Antonio.
That game would be a Saturday. If they win the championship on that Saturday, we're going right to the airport on Sunday.
My plan, which I was proposing, we don't need a hotel.
Did not involve a hotel.
It did not involve a hotel.
We will spend $11 million on tickets. And how much the hotel? We don't need a hotel.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I think one of my last pro games was in San Antonio.
Oh, that must have been something.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
It's summertime, so why are you still living with pain? If you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain, don't wait any longer. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Soundwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no long recovery, no relying on pain medication. Just non-surgical image-guided treatments that help you get your life back. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted. Help is close. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Feel better this summer, not someday.
Programming alert. Today's Mets Padres game can be heard on 1050 ESPN at 9 p.m. Game 2 of the NBA Finals can be heard on 880 ESPN New York at 7 p.m. And all games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000.
Last call crew at 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn and Rosenberg till 7. Then Pat O'Keefe will take over with an extended pregame leading you into the Knicks and Spurs. It's always good to say Jake Aspen worked his way in. There's a line around the block, but he started throwing names out, and he got
his way in.
He got into Stout.
I thought he just climbed up and climbed in a window or something, but it's a long line out there, Jake, isn't it?
Alan, it is nuts out there, but it pays to know the great Don LaGreca. You just dropped the Don name. That lets you right to the front. I go, I know Don.
No, he said he works.
He's
here.
my father, and they let me right in. And here we are. So it's an honor to be with you guys. Been listening throughout the afternoon. This is awesome, man.
He just called you old.
Listen, I get that. But he is still young enough to get away with it because it would work. Because how old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah, so I could have had a kid at 28. Right? Like most people do. I just waited till 49.
Yeah.
I'm a yo-yo.
Which is the way to go.
But you were talking about how it is outside. What's going on?
Every single bar in the area has people already starting to gather, wait online, and then you come to the Stout line, and it's out of control. So everyone who's already in here was wise to get in here early because it is 90 degrees outside. Knicks are playing ball in June. It's awesome right now.
All right, I need to know where he stands. Did you grow up Sesame Street stuff?
I was a fan of the show.
Okay, all right, so you knew about it. How do you feel about Elmo just, being so down the middle, wants everybody just to have fun? And we all know where Sesame Street is.
He's from New York.
Thank you.
So I think it's did
So
you rule fraud on this? Yeah, Elmo's a fraud.
No,
He
I
ruled
called
not
no
a fraud.
What? Because he's not a fan of anything. He's just a fan of everybody being okay. He is a trophy participation guy. Like Elmo is not going to ruffle any feathers.
Does Elmo want happiness for people?
Yes.
Does he live in New York?
He doesn't think of it that way. He's Elmo.
But the Knicks winning brings happiness to where Elmo lives.
Because they want ratings
friends.
in Texas. They want ratings in San Antonio. He just wants everybody to be happy.
But
he
know how
keep
miserable.
Score.
No.
He's a puppet, for Christ's sake.
No, I don't care. San Antonio knows that they've got years to win a championship with that guy Wemby.
They just won 5.
It's in New York.
Elmo doesn't even know what a basketball is. Have you heard Elmo? He doesn't even speak normally.
Basketball. You know, Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony were on his show.
They were.
It's not his show.
It was on his show.
Elmo wasn't even there when I was watching.
Who's Big Bird rooting for? Did we cover that?
We know already.
I don't even think Big Bird's on Sesame Street anymore.
Big Bird's not there anymore?
I think they
Well, back in
discontinued.
my day.
Did they send him away?
I think they discontinued.
Did you notice they put little gray feathers in Big Bird recently? When my kids were little, I was watching them.
Because he's getting older.
When did he get gray feathers?
Because he's getting older.
How do we choose which cartoons get older and which don't?
I know, right?
You turn on Family Guy. I mean, Peter Griffin still looks the same age.
Nobody ever gets old.
Listen to The Simpsons. They've had like 5,000 episodes, and Bart's still like 8 years old or whatever.
If only we could. If there's an age that you could stay at, Jake, what would it be? Forever.
Oh.
He's feeling it right now.
You think he's feeling it?
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Well, I feel like it's either where I'm at now or you go back a lot younger to your college years if you want to relive like those glory years.
But you'd have to stay that forever.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I would probably say the age range I'm in right now because it's good to be a fan of the Knicks right now. I love living in the city. I have a lot of friends and family that's here again. I mean, I lived in Texas for 6 years to try and come back to New York.
That's what I was going to ask you because Jake does a great job on our radio station filling in, doing shows, and he's a future star. There's no question about it. And I got to know him going to Super Bowls because you were doing shows at the Super Bowl.
You came on with me, Don, at the Super Bowl, ironically, in Houston, my senior year of college. It was the Falcons-Patriots Super Bowl. You came on in person, and then, let's say 16 months later, I ended up moving to Houston and was down there doing radio for almost 6 years.
Yeah, and so you're a big Yankee fan, big Knick fan, big Islander fan, big Jet fan. Of course, that's where you really made your bones with your YouTube show and all that, and you've really been creative with that. But how did you handle living away from New York for 6 years with all of your favorite teams being based in New York?
I think the key is, obviously, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a Rockets fan. I'm certainly not going to pretend like I'm an Astros fan as a Yankee fan. That was probably the hardest because the Astros were good every year. They were in the World Series.
And cheaters.
Yeah, I had to deal with that as a Yankee fan.
They also,
So that was tough.
They also like to bang on a garbage can every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar the Grouch probably would be rooting for the Rockets if they were in the NBA Finals.
I imagine someone like you with a run like this that the Knicks are on. Like on a game day, like a game night, everybody's doing watch parties, everybody's doing something. What do you got going on? Do you have something going on that you do that, is part of – I mean, you're really smart at finding ways to do either a watch party or do something on YouTube Live to generate a lot of interest. What are you doing?
Yeah, tonight I'm actually going to the watch party at MSG.
In the Garden.
So I was lucky to be one of the few that could get a ticket. They didn't have to pay $1 million on the secondary market for it.
So the gentleman right behind you, who still thinks Mike Woodson is coaching the team.
Right.
He called in and had a Freudian slip. He said he was on a waiting list that was, what was the number?
29,800.
That was the waiting list.
It's unbelievable. And these tickets cost $10 originally, posted by the Garden, and they go to the Garden of Dreams Foundation. So I just think it's terrible that people
They've
are
raised
taking
a lot of money for the Garden of Dreams Foundation for this.
and people are taking a ticket that's supposed to be for true Knicks fans, and it goes to a great cause, and they're reselling it. Walking in here, Alan, I
you
checked
can
the
resell these?
Yes, and they're going for $200 to get in right now for a watch party.
$200?
I went to Yankees Mets at Citi Field a couple weeks ago. I paid $148 for my ticket to get in right now to watch on the Jumbotron the Knicks in the finals. It is $200 to get in right now.
I didn't know that you could that you could do secondary market on these.
Yes.
And you know what? Whoever sold them should give whatever money they made to the Garden of Dreams, right? That's the only the right thing to do.
If I were the Knicks, I'd almost demand
Now,
it.
but before we go, I just got to mention, there's like 4 or 5 guys that are to our right. You're big Knicks fans.
They are, yeah.
And I was jealous. I'm starving. I'm going to get something to eat when I get home.
He's got
they brought brought like 2 or 3 pies. These guys ate it like it was a zombie movie.
Oh,
really?
By the way, no, I didn't want to
devoured that pizza.
Thanks, boys. No, you could have asked.
Because I really thought there was a chance that maybe they'd
would say, hey, Don Allen, you want a slice?
Thanks for entertaining us. We'll give you a slice. No, it was gone.
Jeez, there's not even a crumb. Crust and all.
Oh,
Look at
they
you
just
guys.
devoured it. But
animals.
Jake, when are you going to be on again?
It's a great question. John Winthrop has the answer to that. I have no idea. When one of you guys is sick or Michael's calling a game
right now.
Dan's doing a different show, then I get to slide in for the
Be ready.
Kister.
If the Knicks,
enjoy it. He's going to be in the
Knicks win
watch
this
party.
championship, be ready.
I'm ready.
I don't know what condition I'm going to be in after that.
You're taking your shirt off J.R. Smith style.
I saw I might be shirtless for
you know
3
what?
or 4
I
days.
got an idea. I wonder if I'm going to run it by John.
All right.
And you're not going to like it, but I think it's a good idea. You might do it anyway.
Involves me working more.
I remember, Jake will love this. We got to go. We only got a few seconds. When Brett Favre signed with the Jets, they called me up. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I plugged in the Comrex. I did a show because we just wanted to be local when Favre joined the Jets.
Yeah.
I say the second Pat's done with the postgame, we go on and we do shows like all night long. Local, taking calls. Me, you,
I'm
Rick.
going to be in the streets with all the hooligans.
All right.
Are you crazy?
Well, then we'll bring your cell phone. We'll call you. You'll be a guest. I think it's going to be a good idea. All right, let's do it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Enjoy the game tonight.
Back here next week for games 3 and 4. But coming up next, it's Pat O'Keefe. Coverage. Knicks, Spurs, game 2, right here on ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to